The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
It's gonna be sparky today, guys. A sparky show. Sparky show in stereo. Oh, the older guys. 0344 499 1000. Good evening, Euan.
Hi.
Good evening,
Hi, Iain.
Euan. Can I take a guess at your last name?
Yep.
Is it Huzami?
No.
Okie dokie. Okie dokie. Euan, what can we do for you this evening?
Yeah, I'm sorry to start the evening with a bit of a heavy call, but I'm an alcoholic, and I've fallen off the wagon.
It hurts, huh? It's a long drop.
Yeah, it's awful.
So why are you phoning me?
Because I wanted to reach out, and I was too scared to. I mean, I don't have any friends. I do live with my parents, but they know that I was drinking over the Christmas period. They don't know about the last several days, maybe.
Right.
But
how old are you, man?
I'm 32.
32. Okay. All right. So we got plenty of time to fix this. Right. And you say you've fallen off the wagon. How long were you sober for?
Oh, I had my about 9 months.
Okay, brilliant. That's great. And may I ask how you did it?
I went on disulfiram, which is a drug that makes you sick if you.
Okay. Prescribed by your GP?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I tried AA, but I didn't really get on with the meetings that were around here. So I also went to a charity called Adaption, and a lot of talking therapy. That really helped.
So, so how come, if you're taking this drug that makes you sick when you drink, how come you drank?
Well, I took myself off.
You took yourself off the drug. That's the problem with that treatment, is it relies... Here's the thing. We're very devious, addicts and alcoholics. Very, very devious. And one of the classic tricks of alkies, and junkies more, I would suggest, there are some subtle differences, but one of the classic tricks is to give your bank card to your partner or your parents or a trusted friend. And you go, well, if you've got my bank card, I can't go to the cash machine and get money out for booze, right? But there are ways around that. You steal it from your mum, or you go into the bank and you say, I've lost my cash card, could you give me another cash card? Or when you do get the cash card to get money out, you take out 100 instead of 50. Or there are ways around everything, because here's the thing, Euan, that people don't know. Addicts and alcoholics are some of the cleverest people in the world. We are geniuses at lying, at manipulating, and at looking at a problem and working a cheat to get around that problem. We're the best. We're the best. So that drug that you talked about, I've always kind of thought, well, if I were on that and I wanted a drink, I'd just stop taking it. So you found that doesn't work. It worked while you were on it.
Yeah.
So but you took yourself off it.
It was part of what? I mean, I had quite a while sober.
Yeah, you had 9 months.
And part of what worked.
Yeah, it's part of what worked, but you took yourself off it. For whatever reason, you took your foot off of the pedal and you cheated. You cheated yourself. You cheated yourself out of sobriety. Can I ask, and be honest with me, Euan, how did it feel in the 9 months? How did it feel?
The best time of
Why?
I was experiencing everything. It felt like I was experiencing everything for the first time. When I started drinking in my teens, it's been pretty constant since then. And having that time sober, things like sitting down to a book or a computer game or a radio or a podcast or whatnot, it felt like I was experiencing it for the first time, and it was.
It's good, huh?
It was, yeah.
But at some point, you decided it wasn't good enough, and that you thought it'll be better with a bit of booze. What was the moment? What was the moment when you went and bought? What was the thinking when you went and bought that first bottle of booze?
It was just negative. Like, I hate myself. So
yeah,
this isn't going to work out. So why not?
Why not speed up death?
Yeah.
Yeah, why not speed up death? You want to die, but you don't want to do it in an instant way, like slitting your wrists or anything like that. You want to do it nice and slowly and punish yourself.
You want to kind of play around with oblivion, but still be able to wake up at some point.
Would you mind if I brought a friend of mine into this conversation?
Absolutely not.
Say hello to my friend Alistair.
Hello there.
Hi, Alistair.
Alistair, this is Euan. Euan, this is Alistair.
All right. Yeah.
Have you been listening, Alistair?
Well, I literally just turned on. Euan was in the middle of explaining that he tried the tablet thing.
Yeah. Alistair, I was wondering if you wouldn't mind.
Yeah.
Because you and Alistair's an alcoholic as well. How long sober are you now, Alistair?
I got my 8-month chip tonight.
Hey, come on. Can you just talk to us, Alistair, about how it works for you? And Euan, you're going to hear. Euan, I'm just going to ask you. You're going to hear some stuff that is going to put you off a little bit from what Alistair shares, because you've already said you didn't enjoy the AA meetings. But would you just listen to what he has to say for a minute?
Oh, absolutely.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you, Alistair. Go on.
Okay, Euan. Well, first of all, the first time I tried to stop drinking, I went to AA. And I got through about 4 or 5 meetings, and I thought, nah, this is not suiting me. It's so formal here, and you've got to say, well, I'm honest and I'm an alcoholic, and I couldn't get it at the time. I was trying to listen, but I think looking back, probably it was not my time, if you like, to be going there, to be able to listen and to be able to go consistently. So, if you are struggling, Euan, with alcohol, I did agree with what Iain just said about the thing about the tablets, because, of course, you can get around that quite easily. I've been 8 months sober now. The only reason I'm alive is because of AA. Okay, and what I'm going to say to you is, I don't know what your story is and how dramatic it is, and you may not have been as bad as me in terms of like drinking a bottle of whiskey a day, which was my experience at the end. But what I would suggest is just give it another try, man, because what can you lose by just going to a couple of meetings and sort of reassessing, how you feel about it? And if it's still not for you, fine. But then, you can try other things. But as a fellow alcoholic, Euan, I wish you well. I wish you love and peace. And I hope that you can, get some help in whatever form that you decide. My suggestion is AA, but you might want to try the things if that doesn't suit. But at least, try 2 or 3 meetings again and see how it goes.
All right. Well, thank you, Alistair. I really appreciate that, because I've heard your calls on the show before, and yeah.
How much are you drinking, Euan, at the moment? Do you mind me asking?
I'm on a box of wine or a litre of vodka a day.
Really? That'll do it.
That'll do it. That's Alistair's great. That is a great line. I'm laughing because it's so true. That'll do it. Euan, what was your problem with? And I think we both know, but what was your problem with the AA meetings?
My problem, there were things that I liked about it. My problem with it was I disliked it. There was a kind of a cultish feel to it that I didn't appreciate. I didn't like my local meetings because I felt there was dishonesty as well. There were some amazing stories, some amazing people that were speaking at these things. But then I also saw some of them at the pub down the road, like the next day, and that kind of thing.
Were they drinking alcohol?
Yeah.
Definitely?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And they said that they hadn't been?
Yep.
So if they were lying, so what?
Well, I just thought...
How does that impact? How does them lie? And I'm not having a go. I don't want this to sound accusatory or aggressive at all. I just want you to not die. And if you are really drinking that amount of booze a day, and it's funny, isn't it? When I don't know about you, Alistair, but whenever I used to talk about how much I was drinking, I would downplay it. If you are drinking that amount of booze a day, you're going to die soon, and I don't want you to die, Euan. So if they are lying, so what? How does that impact on you?
Find another meeting.
Sorry, Alistair, what did you...
Find if that one, find another meeting, perhaps.
Yeah, I've got 3 different meetings up where I am. Oh, actually, I don't even know. I haven't been for months now, so I don't know exactly what meetings are going on up here. But my problem with when I knew that people at the meetings were still drinking was I really need to be honest. I'm sick of lying.
But you're not responsible for their lies or their honesty or lack of. You are only responsible for your honesty.
But I just want to know that the people that I'm reaching out to are also being honest. Maybe that's selfish. I'm not.
No,
I don't know.
May I speak honestly?
Yeah, of course.
I have never come across what you're saying. Let me rethink. I have come across that very, very rarely. Very rarely, like maybe 5 times in 16 years.
Do you mean people at meetings
lying?
Not doing what they're... Right.
Lying about that they're clean when they're not, or sober when they're not. Like, I could count maybe 5 times. And a few months later, that person has come back and said, I've got to put my hands up. I was here 6 months ago and I said I was sober and I wasn't. I was going out and drinking afterwards. Their recovery isn't important. Here's the thing. I thought you were going to say God. God was the thing that put you off.
One thing that I did like about the meetings that I was at was that they did stress it's God as you understand it.
Yeah, exactly. It's not Jesus, it's not Allah, it's not the old fella with a beard on a cloud.
No.
Here's the thing, Euan. You are killing yourself. You are going to die. Right? Sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
The only way... Now, listen, I don't know much about stopping alcohol immediately because cocaine and ecstasy was kind of my thing. You are drinking a lot of booze. I would really suggest you speak to your GP about whether it will be safe for you to stop immediately or whether you should work out some kind of program of cutting back gradually. Because I do know that if you stop drinking booze suddenly when you're drinking a lot, it can be very dangerous.
No, yeah, alcohol withdrawal.
Can be very, very dangerous. My suggestion, go to a meeting. Go to a meeting and share everything you shared with me. And when I say everything you've said in this phone call about the amount of booze, about the fact that you were disheartened in AA because you saw people who claimed to be clean in a pub having a drink and that broke your heart and that you felt betrayed. Say that you like the idea of God as a higher power. Say you're drinking a litre of booze a day and you want to stop, but you don't know if it's safe to stop now. Because at some point after that meeting, someone will come up to you who has been in a really similar position to you. It's amazing. It's amazing. Every time, and I bet Alistair will back me up on this, every time I have shared a specific problem or series of problems in a meeting, at the end of the meeting, someone has come up to me, and it's always the person I least expected it to be. Someone has come up to me and said, I've just got to say, I really like what you said there, and I had that same issue, and this is what I did. Have you had that, Alistair?
Absolutely. When I went back, I got a bunch of numbers, telephone numbers from a load of members. I've used those in between meetings to meet for coffee if I'm struggling. So immediately you've got a network of people that are there on hand and they will help you.
Euan, roughly whereabouts are you? I don't mean the grid location, but roughly whereabouts?
Helensburgh, outside of Glasgow.
Okay, all right. Yeah, Kathy, I've just said that. Thanks everyone chipping in. I know what I'm doing. Hand on heart, what you're telling me is the truth, right?
Yeah.
There's loads of meetings in and near Glasgow, by the way.
Yeah,
loads.
As far as Helensburgh goes, when I used to go to meetings, there were 3 locally. I don't know about them.
How easy is it for you to get into the city of Glasgow? Euan? He's gone. Can we try and get Euan back? Let's take a quick break. Alistair, stay there. This is Talk Radio.
A star-crossed soapbox for sailor boys, stable girls,
I'm on the edge.
and stripper grands.
It depends who you're with and it depends on the situation.
Late night speech radio with a difference.
Thank you.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We lost Euan. Not like that. He's decided he's wanted to put the phone down, and Amy's rung him a few times, and it's rang, and he's not answered. And I suspect, Alistair, that maybe he's heard enough for tonight. But but thank you for that. Was, for those who don't know, that was kind of a little mini meeting we had there. That's kind of what a 12-step meeting is like, isn't it? Really?
Yeah.
I'm so proud. I'm so proud of you, Alistair. I'm so proud of you. When I saw your name flashing up on the screen as I was talking to you, and do you know what? I breathed a little sigh of relief. 8 months ago, I'd have gone, oh, jeez. But I breathed a little sigh of relief. I thought, oh, the cavalry's coming. So thank you for that, man. Thank you. What a change.
No, you're very welcome.
What a change. I'm getting quite emotional, actually. Getting quite emotional.
Because
oh, dear.
I did a bit of a kindness today.
Oh, yeah, go on.
I gave this... I was in the wonderful borough of Gainsborough in Lincolnshire with my mate, and we were with his mum and dad, and we were going for a bit of lunch, and just next to it there was this betting shop, and there was this guy outside who was busking, but he was an older guy. He was, I don't know, 70 or 80, but I couldn't judge his age absolutely, because I think he'd been a drinker as well.
Yeah.
But he was actually playing his guitar really well, I thought, and singing okay. Now, I didn't have any money on me, but there was a cash point opposite, so I went and got some out and I gave him a £5.
There you go, my friend. There you go. Did you get a £5 out of the cash point?
Well, actually, I had to get it, because I didn't have any fives.
It's so very rare these days.
£10,
yeah.
And then if I give him 10, I think that might be like too much.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. No, £5 is plenty. £5 is a great amount.
I got it changed in the betting shop and then gave it to him.
I was at a cash machine over Christmas and I got 20 quid out, 4 fivers.
Oh.
Got 4 fivers. I used to love it. You used to be able to go to a cash machine and ask for £5. And I got 4 fivers out and I felt thrilled. I don't know why, but I felt absolutely thrilled.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alistair, you're a good man. Can
I just say something very quickly?
Oh, please. God, I would so love it if it was. Can I just say something very quickly, please? F off, you two. It was a real turn of thing. Of course you can, Alistair. Of course you can.
Right. I mean, it's in the spirit of honesty, one of the things I do realise is I ring the show too often.
Oh.
Because, last night you didn't want me on, which I completely understand.
Let me just say that sometimes there will be a few people that come on every single day, which is great. Yeah. We love the phone calls. But every now and then, I will say to Amy before the show, maybe if we don't have this person, and this person tonight. And it's not in any way to say, oh, God, here we go. It's just simply to try and encourage new voices and to get new people on. So please, 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 try not to take it personally.
Not at all, but I am going to try and ring a little bit less.
You ring whenever you feel that you want to ring, all right?
All right, mate. Well, look, thank you ever so much again.
You're an inspiration, Alistair. I hope you know that and you carry that around with you.
And you two are as well. I love you guys.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I'm not quite sure why he was including you in that, Catherine. That seems a little bit...
I'm a very special, humble person.
There we go. We got Euan back. Euan accidentally got cut off before. Hey, Euan.
Hi.
Thanks for coming back, man. Listen, we thought we'd annoyed you. Listen, all I can do is share what worked for me, right? Yeah. And what worked for me was going to 12-step meetings, trying to make myself sit at the front of the meetings if ever possible. And whenever you were invited to share, whether it be a raised voice or raised hands or newcomers time, just do it. And I hate it. I hate sharing now. This is my job. I hate sharing now in meetings, and I talk for a living. But I make myself do it. If there's a silence, I jump in. And I share honestly. I have to be honest, because as you know, the addiction and alcoholism is a disease of dishonesty, right? Yeah. All I can say is 12-step meetings saved my life several times. It was the only thing that stopped me drinking. It was the only thing that stopped me drinking. The only thing. I tried counselling, I tried therapy, I tried psychiatry, I tried antidepressants, I tried exercise, I tried Buddhism, I tried everything. The only thing that stopped me drinking and stopped me craving drinking was going to 12-step meetings.
Right. Okay, well, I appreciate that, yeah.
Here's what I'm thinking. Right? Here's what I'm thinking. Do you really want to get sober?
At the moment, I desperately do.
Would you do anything to get sober?
As far as today goes, I've tried weaning myself off by diluting what I'm drinking.
Would you do anything to get sober?
Yeah, I'm pretty desperate. Yeah, I would.
Okay, okay. If I give you my phone number, the next time you fancy a drink, would you give me a call?
Oh,
Or would that make you feel uncomfortable?
No, look, that would be amazing, but I don't expect. I wouldn't ask that of you.
No, you've not asked. I am offering. Yeah. This is what we do in recovery. We keep it by giving it away. And what that means is, if we hear someone who's struggling, it helps me to stay clean and sober by helping you. So it's not completely altruistic. I'm getting quite a bit out of it. If I came out into the other little studio and took you off air and gave you my phone number, would you promise to give me a call the next time you fancied a drink? You can still have a drink after the call, but we'd have a little chat about it before you did it.
Yeah, that would be amazing. Yeah.
All right, Catherine is going to take over the radio show for a second. We haven't got any calls lined up, but you can chat. You've probably got some stories, I'm guessing.
Okay.
I am going to come through, take you off air, Euan, and I'm going to give you my phone number. And I know you're not going to share it or take the mick out of it or anything like that, but I'm giving it to you on the proviso that the next time you fancy having a drink, give me a call first, if you can.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
Euan, stay there. I'm going to speak to you in a minute. So let's play a little trail, and then Catherine's going to take over for a bit. This is Talk Radio.
Take a trip into the alternate reality of late night radio.
I think I'm in something like The Matrix, and so are you.
The Late Night Alternative.
Hello.
With Iain Lee.
Is there anybody out there?
On Talk Radio.
Hello.
And just like that, he became me. 0344 499 1000 if you want to give us a ring. You can call us about anything, as you just heard. Whether it's something, quote-unquote, heavy or something light and frothy that you just wanted to share. You know, we're the phone call that you make sometimes when your other friends are in bed and they're not picking up. But we're also, here to hear any old thing. The bar is very low. 0344 499 1000 is the number to ring. I know that Iain was keen to talk about this, so I'll start off and he'll probably pick up where I breathe in about 3 minutes' time. A lot of talk today about Harry and Meghan and them deciding that they are going to live part-time in North America and that they are not going to step up as senior royals anymore, and they're going to work. See, this is the thing, work towards making themselves financially independent. And the fury online, and I know that the fury online is pretend because it's only people who are furious who get on to rant, but the fury online from people talking about two individuals they do not know and probably will never meet, and I would suspect from some of the messages are quite jealous of, is incredible, isn't it? The fact that these were probably the same people who were going on about the expense of the royal wedding, the fact that she didn't seem to want to play the game, all this talk about, she's leading him astray. I've heard that by quite reasonable people today on talk radio shows that I've been tuning into, not just here, but also elsewhere, different radio stations. She's leading him astray, like he's got no mind of his own. Now, I seem to remember before he got married, Prince Harry was always marching to the beat of his own drum, sometimes with greater or or lesser amounts of success as far as the tabloid press were concerned. And now, of course, anything that goes wrong, for some people, it has to be the fault of her. It's just incredible. So we'll talk about that in a bit. 0344 499 1000. And also the fact that the newspapers seem to be dredging up all kinds of people who have insight, quote unquote, insight into what's been going on in the lives of these two people. I saw today that Princess Diana's former bodyguard was talking about it and sort of suggesting, well, they think they had it bad, she had it worse. It's one of those situations where you think, well, she got punched in the face, so they should accept a kick in the ghoulies, should they? Is that the way it goes? You know, they're allowed to choose their own destinies. And also there was one here from the Queen's ex-chef talking about how ungrateful they were. It's incredible. So we can talk about that if you fancy. I couldn't really give much of a monkeys. They're talking about, earning their own livings. Why not? What's it got to do with us? What has it got to do with us? 0344 499 1000. Here it is. The Queen's ex-chef Darren McGrady launches blistering attack on fame-hungry Meghan Markle. Guess the newspaper? Yeah, of course, it's the Daily Mail. And airhead Prince Harry and claims Princess Diana would have been ashamed of him stepping back.
Stay there for a bit.
This is the story we were talking about before we came on air.
All the scumbags are coming out now selling their stories for 500 quid. How dare this man comment on what his mother would think of what Princess Diana would think of the situation?
In his professional authority as a former chef to the Queen, of course.
I can't wait for Burrell to come out.
Actually, he's been very quiet. I wonder why he is saying.
I wonder why. I would love it. I would love a phone call tonight. Because they put a little clip out, last night or this morning, of a bit from last night's show where I kind of did a little rant about how this is great that they've made this decision, that Meghan Markle and her husband have made this decision to kind of step down from the royal family and stuff. And the replies...
I know.
...were so angry.
The fury is real, isn't it?
And I don't know why. I mean, I do hope Piers Morgan is okay, because I think he's going to blow.
He seems quite heartbroken,
very
doesn't he?
Heartbroken. But he's a professional knob. That's his job.
Someone's on his passport.
The anger, I really thought it was kind of nothing. A nothing-y kind of thing. But the anger... I'm going to say something that will upset people, but...
You astonish me.
I wonder if anybody that voted... I wonder if there is...
Here we go.
We're going for it, because I'm curious. I think this is the crack in the... What do they call the crack in the earth? This is like the San Andreas fault.
Uh-huh.
I wonder if there is anybody who voted Remain that is really angry about what Meghan and her husband are doing. I wonder if there's anybody who voted Remain who's really angry.
Now, just to clarify, that is not to say that everybody who voted the other way is stamping up and down like Rumpelstiltskin, furious about this one.
I'm just... Is there anybody who voted Remain that is more than miffed, is furious? Because we saw some of the fury today on Twitter. So that's question one. Question two is, can anybody phone in and give me a good... All I want is one good reason why you're so angry about it. Because I can't work it out. I cannot work it out why people are so angry. Surely, I mean, I think it's kind of a cool thing to do. Surely most people just be shrugging their shoulders. Some people are going, well, he didn't tell the Queen.
That's
so what?
Between him and his gran, isn't it?
So what? One good reason... And you won't be shouted down. I'd love to have a conversation with you. One good reason as to why you are so angry that these two have decided to do this. 0344 499 1000.
Yeah.
I can't think of one.
There's been a lot of kind of hand-wringing and clutching of pearls over this one. And some really curious... women is poison type remarks being made about how he was great until she came along. She's stolen our prince. Wasn't that something someone heard on the radio yesterday?
I think that for some people, there is an element of racism. For some people that are angry, I think there is an element of racism. I think for some people, there is the fact that she is American.
An outsider.
She's an American. I think for a smaller number of people, maybe people like my mum, I don't know that, but people like my mum, the fact that she's a commoner, because that is still a thing for some people. We should be drawing a Venn diagram. But I cannot think of one good reason why people would be so angry.
They're talking about paying their way more. We don't know. That's yet to be absolutely specified, right? They're talking about continuing with their charity work and continuing to back up the work that the rest of the royals are doing.
Shouldn't we be applauding a young couple who are doing something for love? They're doing it for love. They're doing it for love.
The other thing is, a couple of months ago when they were complaining about how they were being treated by the press, there was a lot of, well, if you don't like it...
Yeah.
Okay, well, they're doing something about it. It's that thing of, if your partner comes home every night and they're fed up of work, sooner or later you're going to say to them, right, your two choices are this. You accept that this is the way it's going to be, or we do something about it.
We're also all forgetting that Harry served in the armed forces, which I do think deserves some respect. We also don't know what impact that has had on his mental health.
Also, let's remind ourselves, Harry has got nothing but time and money on his hands if he chooses, right? If he wanted to be the Playboy Prince forever, he could have. Yep. He's decided not to. He's settled down. He's a family man. He's trying to take care of his wife.
I think some people preferred him when he got caught smoking a bit of weed dressed up as a Nazi.
Yeah.
I think people prefer that guy to what appears to be a responsible young man who is determined to, along with his wife, do the best for his family, even if it involves some kind of, setting a historical precedent. I don't understand. I bet the phones are not alive to the sound of people calling with good reasons as to why they're so angry.
I think they might have cried themselves out earlier in the day, but I don't know.
Snowflake got triggered.
We may be missing something massive. If we're missing something massive, 0344 499 1000, give us a shout.
If you want to go to the break, you've got to throw into it properly.
Like this.
The late night lip service for lovers, loners, and lounge lizards.
Yeah, well, where exactly is your accent from?
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee.
I've forgotten your name already, excuse me.
On Talk Radio.
Everybody's got the knives out for them. I'm seeing a quote here from Eamon Holmes, and I know that Mike Graham was having a go at that. Honestly, I do not get the anger over it. I just don't get it.
Did you see that hilarious thread on Twitter where Sarah Vine's saying, do you remember how thrilled we were for them when they got married and how it's all gone sour? And it's like from before the engagement, she was putting things out about how this woman was going to ruin everything.
Here is your challenge tonight, dear listener. I want one person, just one person. You'll get a fair crack of the whip. I know sometimes we put these challenges out and people go, well, you won't let me speak. No, I will shut up. We'll have a conversation. Yeah. But I will shut up while you put forward. I just want one reason as to why you are so angry about what they've done.
Maybe we're speaking to the wrong audience.
Well, we're speaking to our audience.
Exactly.
So I think, either good for them or who cares? Why are you talking about it? It should be the late night alternative. Let's go to John. Good evening, John.
Hi, Ian. Hi, Catherine. I hope Euan's okay, by the way, your last caller.
I spoke to him off air. He's going to be all right.
Cool. I was just ringing up to say I totally get Harry and Meghan. My partner and I, when we first met, it very quickly became sort of exclusive. So we both had a large circle of friends, etc. They became much less important because we enjoyed spending so much time together. And the basis of our relationship is conversation. And the interests we shared. We let friends sort of fall by the wayside. They were no longer part of this phase of our life going forward, if that makes any kind of sense.
Yeah.
So I can totally understand why they are thinking right, we found each other. Do we need all of this on top of that? I changed jobs because my job at that point in time involved sort of travelling away from home.
Did you tell your grandmother?
My grandmother was dead at the time.
I tell you what, because Margot's texted. You say, Ian, what is it to do with us? As taxpayers, we pay for their security. Please leave on the condition we don't pay for police protection across the globe as we do at the moment. Well, they're looking to becoming self-sustainable. So I suspect it can't be an instant thing. And obviously we do have to protect them. Of course we have to protect them. We can't just withdraw protection because they'll be kidnapped, they'll be murdered. So we don't want young parents to be murdered. She says, happy for them to step down, but Granny should have been told first. P.S. voted Remain. Why? Okay, I mean, you can argue that maybe, perhaps they could have gone to the Queen first. You can kind of argue that, but that's not a reason to be furious, as a lot of people are. You could say, well, maybe it would have been nicer if they'd done it that way. I think, personally, why should they have told her, really? But that's not a reason to be furious. That's clutching at straws if that's making people furious.
None of us really know what's happening anyway, do we?
Yeah.
Behind the doors of the respective palaces in which they live, we don't know what's gone on. We don't know what conversations have been had. There's a lot of speculation. There are a lot of people making a lot of money out of guessing what goes on because they know a friend of someone who once sat down with them at dinner. So it's really tricky, this one. And there's a lot of people getting very emotional about a family. We do not know.
Double H says, did anybody ever ask their nan for permission to do something? No. So anybody moaning, please shut up.
I mean, no, hang on. Well, in this case, the nan is kind of the boss.
She's the boss of the firm, I suppose. Yes, it could be argued that maybe it would have been better mannered to have spoken to her first. But I think that's a minor point, John.
That comes down to protocol, doesn't it? You know, what's the right thing to do for members of the royal family? I wouldn't have dreamt of... I didn't consult my mum or my sister or my brother or anything like that. It was just something that we discussed between ourselves and decided, that's what we're going to do. Didn't discuss it with anybody. It was our personal business.
That's right, actually. Both me and my sister have made big personal life changes that were not consulted with our mum until significantly late, until the wheels were in motion, so to speak.
Exactly. I say good looks. Yeah, I think they may need protection for a short period of time, but after that, they're not going to be in the limelight that much.
I would suspect they probably need a couple of bodyguards forever. But they're not going to need the squads, in 10 years' time. If they're living in Canada, they're not going to need the squads that they have now.
It's not going to be millions of pounds per year with, perimeter fences and things like that.
Yeah.
They're going to drop out of the spotlight.
And also, if people are saying, well, we've got to withdraw their security now. Okay, well, so you want these parents to be killed? You want their kid to be left without a mum and a dad? Okay, cool.
What I wonder is whether this is about concern for the public purse or punishment.
I think it's probably the latter, to be honest with you, Kathleen. Do you not think so? For whatever reason that people have for being vitriolic towards him, I don't get that. I don't get that at all.
I think they feel that he's being ungrateful, or that she's being ungrateful.
John, listen, thank you for your call. I appreciate it. You know what's going to happen? In 80 years' time, we'll look back and go, they did it for love. Yeah. They did it. That's what happened with Wallace Simpson and, what's his face, George the Edward the Sixth, the Confessor. That's what happened. I remember when in the 80s.
That was a huge scandal.
Yeah, I remember in the 80s there was a TV series about it, and it was the whole thing. Then was, they did it for love.
I remember my grandma saying he was selfish.
No, exactly. The older generation that kind of grew up with it or grew up very close to it was still very angry. But the majority of people were, he did it for love. He gave away the throne for love. Now, Harry's not even given away the throne. And as Roger makes a good point. Where was that tweet, Roger? Lost his mum at a young age, went off the rails in his teens under press scrutiny, had to give up a military career he obviously loved, had to endure the abuse thrown at his wife. Who can blame him? I mean, who can? What do you want? You want to get this is what some people want. They want the front page tomorrow to be, Prince Harry has been found dead, in his apartment. It looks like he took his life. That's what people want. That's what people want. That's what people want. 0344 499 1000.
I don't get this very old-fashioned thing of blaming the wife. It's got to be her fault. It sounds like, you know when a group of lads, one of them grows up and the others don't, and they say, it's because of her. He doesn't come out anymore because of her. Feels like that.
Has there been any evidence that she has manipulated him into doing something that goes against what he wants. Is there any evidence of that? There's not
No,
one...
but I tell you what there were. There were those murmurings before they got married of him saying what Meghan wants, Meghan gets, talking about the wedding.
Right. Piers Morgan's just angry because it means that there'll be less point in getting a gobby dad on Good Morning Britain. That's what he's at. And that used to annoy me. Oh, it does annoy me that they get her dad on and pay him a lot of money to get him on just to... it's horrible. Do you know what? I had a little bit of a sinking feeling earlier. George, Paul and Grant, stay there, I'll come to a minute. I had a bit of a sinking feeling earlier on, and part of it was just despair at the state of British media, that it could be so mean. And for a second I was in the kitchen and I was making a cup of coffee, and I was in the kitchen thinking I could give all of this up and walk away from this industry because there's so much meanness. I was thinking primarily about Morgan, but it's everywhere. It's insipid. You can feel it coming out of the airwaves.
Yeah.
What a world.
And also, here's another one I'm really worried by. And this is a complete volte-face, really. The way they treat Katie Price.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they want her dead.
Katie Price
they want her dead.
Is clearly struggling with a lot of stuff at the moment. And the glee with which it's reported, like actual glee with which it's reported, I think is sickening. When they're the people that built her up. And yes, okay, she's basically played the game. She's played the game and then some.
Well, she's obviously got mental health issues. I make up she has mental health issues. It has been hinted in the press that there may be some substance abuse. And we're all like, here we go, we're going to have a little car crash. I think there literally was a car crash. It's like those pictures of, you don't see them now, thank God, of Paul Gascoigne coming out of an offie with a couple of bottles of vodka in his bag. And you think, why? Wait, instead of taking that picture, could you not either walk away or go up to him and go, here, mate, are you sure you want to buy it? Are you all right? Can I go and buy you a meal and we'll have a chat?
No, they're just thinking...
Take a picture.
They're just thinking of the money.
Take a picture. That's the world we're living in, man. Anyway, that's the world we're living in. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. Let's go to George. Good evening, George.
Good evening. Right Royal debacle. Harry and Meghan sparkle. I'm with them all the way. I'm sure he knows that he's not Charles's son. And,
Whoa, George, mate. Come on, man.
Why come on?
Because, George, first of all, that's a very, very wicked thing to say.
Why?
Oh, mate, that's a very wicked thing to say. To question... what's the word? Fathership. Parenthood.
Paternity.
No one knows, George. It's just a nasty rumour that no one knows. That's a wicked thing to say, mate. Move on to your second point. Saying that someone's dad is not their dad is a very wicked thing to say unless you have DNA evidence. And if you don't recognise that, you're dumber than I thought. What's your second point, George?
I'm just mystified by...
Thanks very much for your call. Let's go to... I mean, really? Have you really got to be that thick that you can't tell that that's a rude thing to say?
Given the conversation we've just been having about intrusion.
Oh, jeez, outrageous. David Babcock!
Good evening.
Could you speak louder and closer to your phone, please?
Oh, it's not doing that again, is it? Hello, better?
Better.
Kath's
got the right ump with you. I played her the story you did on your Twitch stream, and she was very upset. A, about the content. You're mentioning it as well, Amy, but I won't play it to you. A, about the content, and B, about the impression that you did of her. And she was upset at the impression you did of me as well.
I thought it was a very good impression.
I wasn't upset about that impression. I thought that was spot on.
Do the impression of me again.
03444991000 is the number to call.
Idiot. Now do the impression of Kath.
Alright, Ian, I've got to go to the toilet because me...
Okay.
Yeah, there it
but
is.
at one point you said, didn't you say something like, I'm going to stab you up?
Wow.
I'm going to what?
Stab you up.
I never said anything of this
You said something like that. There was threats of violence.
Anyway, David, I think you owe her an apology.
And Manchester.
I apologise to Manchester and Kathleen. But hey, do you want to know something?
Depends what it is.
Yeah.
It's about. It's on topic. These days, I'm much more of just a contributor rather than a funny man with a Hoover.
We'll decide that.
I would take the first syllable, but yes.
Right. You know what's beautiful?
Already, this is the best call this idiot's ever made.
Right. No amount of Tina with the dog picture on Twitter.
The what?
Or Tina with the dog picture, mummy of a dog. No amount of them.
What is he talking about?
No amount. No, listen.
Tina with a dog. Is that the dog with the wonky face?
No, you know.
Google that. Google that, David.
I think he's trying to make a sweeping generalisation about some people on Twitter. Are you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Carry on.
No amount of Brian with a St George's cross on his picture on Twitter.
I got you.
Right. No amount, and I feel glee as I say this, no amount of mean-spirited tweets by them snowflakes are going to make a blind bit of difference to what they decide to do. So shut up, snowflakes.
You're loving this story, aren't you?
I tell you what, it's like I'm having a massage. It's brilliant. The rage, and they know that they've got nothing to do with what those two people do, and they'll do it anyway. So moan all you like, you stupid jabroni.
What would you like to see the two of them doing as jobs in a couple of years, David, when the dust settles? Where can you imagine Harry, as he'll be known then, working?
He has been born into a life that he's not chosen. Right?
Haven't we all?
Yeah. And he just so happens to be a prince in a royal family, right? He's obviously not got to grips with it at any point in his life. He's met the love of his life, he's got a baby, and he's thought, you know what, I can't be bothered with this nonsense. I'm going to do what I want to do. And anyone who's got a bloody problem with that needs to give their head a shake.
Strong words there, David. Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, have a good one.
He's loving this. 0344 499 1000. This is Talk Radio.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
There's a voice that keeps on calling me. Down the road is where I'll always be. Every stop I make a new friend. Can't stay for long, just turn around and I'm gone again. Maybe tomorrow I'll wanna settle down. Until tomorrow I'll just keep moving on. Down this road that never seems to end. When new adventure lies just around the bend. So if you wanna join me for a while, just grab your hat, come travel light, that's old style. Maybe tomorrow I'll wanna settle down. Until tomorrow, the whole world is my home. So if you wanna join me for a while, just grab your hat, come travel light, that's old style. Maybe tomorrow I'll wanna settle down. Until tomorrow, I'll just keep moving on. Maybe tomorrow I'll wanna settle down. Until tomorrow, I'll just keep moving on. There's a world that's waiting to unfold, a brand new tale no one has ever told. We've journeyed far, but you know it won't be long. We're almost there and we paid our fare with a hobo song. Maybe tomorrow I'll wanna settle down. Until tomorrow, I'll just keep moving on. So if you
telephone number if you want to give us a call. Okay, I can't be bothered. Right. We've yet to have one good reason why people are so angry at Meghan and Harry kind of stepping away from royal duties. Not one good reason. It's all I want is one good reason why everyone's so angry. And it's like, it's fury. Proper anger. I mean, I'm not that fussed. I'm kind of like David, and I'm laughing at a lot of the anger. It's made me respect those two more, a bit more, not massively, but I kind of got a bit more respect for them. Also, as well, it's really tough. I actually think it's quite inspiring. It's really tough as a person or as a couple to stand up in front of everybody and do the exact opposite of what everybody is expecting or wants you to do, knowing that the public are going to be annoyed, the press are going to be annoyed, your family's going to be annoyed. It must be tough, man. Mm-hmm. That's a brave, bold thing for a couple to do. That has to be respected, doesn't it? Standing up for what they believe in.
Yeah.
Standing up for what they believe in and trying to provide the best life for their kid.
Yeah, I thought we were a nation of people who appreciated those who stood by their principles.
So surprised. I'm surprised and I'm a bit saddened by the reaction.
I think that it has been built up, though, hasn't it, since before they got married?
Yeah.
The idea that she was coming in to cause trouble.
Yep.
And so for some people, I think it's been a gradual thing. And many people, I wonder whether they know why they're so angry about someone they don't know.
I don't think they do. I don't think they realise that, A, they're being told to be angry by various outlets, well, nearly all of the media. I've not seen one. Let's do the front pages. The Daily Mirror, this is today's papers. They didn't even tell the Queen. Daily Star is Pond Life, but that's about eating vegetables.
Okay.
The Sun, civil war as Harry and Meg quit the royals. Queen sad, Charles and Will's furious. Meg's it. And the Daily Mail, Sussex's dramatically stepped down as a senior royals without telling Her Majesty Charles or William, telling your brother. Oh God, imagine if my sister, before she emigrated to New Zealand, came to me and said, Ian, I'm considering, it's an idea of emigrating to New Zealand. Do I have your permission? No! You must not! Hey, yes, but you must do it under my terms.
Do you know what it's made me wonder about?
Queen's fury as Harry and Meghan say we quit.
You know, there's all this speculation as to whether the brothers have distanced themselves from each other for some time, actually. Yeah. I remember that they used to be accessible via the same website or something, and now they had separate ones. Yeah. Well, I wonder whether this was the plan all along, that they were going to become a separate entity and they were going to do their own... Well, they said they were going to do their own charitable stuff.
Is there anybody in the... OK, the only voices I know, I'm aware of, that have been supportive of this decision are mine and Daryl Morris on this radio station and James O'Brien on LBC. So, I'm not particularly sure of Daryl's politics, and I'm going to use some slightly old-fashioned terminology. Does that mean that people on the left are more pro what they're doing, or does that mean that liberals? I guess it would fit under the definition of liberalism, wouldn't it? That people they are being liberated from the shackles of the royal family. I don't. No, and we know the voices on the right are very, very loud at the moment. I
guess that by definition, if you are conservative, you want things to remain as they have been, and you want the institutions of this country to be upheld as they have been for centuries. But let's be honest, we've had so many conversations over the years about how the royal family has to modify in order to survive.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Well, here's some modification, guys. Are you ready for it?
One of the people that could be considered... certainly the perimeter... Harry could be considered to be on the perimeters of the more important royals. I think you go one step away from him, you're on the other side. He's certainly standing very close to the fence. Mm-hmm. So, OK, we shave off there.
This isn't William and Kate saying that they're going to step back and go and live in, I don't know, Mallorca or somewhere, is it? It's not. But some people are acting as if it is.
I find it fascinating.
What if Prince Edward did that? Would we care?
I wonder if now that Brexit is a done deal. To a certain extent, I'm oversimplifying, of course, but certainly the stalemate, the deadlock that we had before the general election for Brexit is gone, and another thing got voted through. It's going to happen. It's now just a debate as to when it happens and exactly what is going to happen. And but now that argument has gone, is it that we need as a nation something else to be divided about, something else to be very, very angry, very passionate about?
They have been the sideshow for some time, though, haven't they?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's go to Tony. Good evening, Tony. It's going to be a good one.
Oh, hi, can you hear me?
Yes, I can, Tony. Yes, what can we do for you?
Hello, guys. How you doing? Happy New Year.
Yeah, thank you.
So, I was just listening to what you're saying, and everyone's mugging off Meghan, right, at the moment. Like,
don't mug off Meghan.
She's the baddie, she's planned all this, she's horrible. But hang on, let's have a think about this. We all know that Harry's had some issues, right? Yeah. He's got some mental health issues. He used to
like the herb back in the day.
Is it? But how about if actually Meghan helps Harry and said, babe, if you want to leave, I'll hold your hand and you can leave. If that's what you've always wanted, you don't feel part of the family, let's do it. You're brave enough to do it, and I'll support you. Maybe she's the hero. No?
So what would she have said again? Just go through that little scenario again. So I'm Prince Harry. I'm Prince Harry. We're at home. We've just finished watching The Crown on Netflix.
My wife is my hero, and she's helped me, right? So maybe actually Harry was a sad guy, and he's never felt at home in the royal family. He's always wondered if it was his place. He's obviously had issues. And when he's married Meghan, she's gone, babe, if you really want to go, I'll help you go. Maybe she's maybe she's the good guy, not the witch.
That people, Tony, might suggest that makes her the bad guy. Maybe she should have said, babe, pull your socks up. You've got a responsibility as the Prince of Prince Harry. You're going to stay in that royal family, and I'm going to support you. Maybe she should have said that.
Sad and depressed all your life, and you're going to hate your life.
Does anyone enjoy their job? I don't. I mean, hang on, no. Does anyone apart from me enjoy their job?
You do sometimes.
I don't mind it.
But if you've got, we all have people we listen to that help us. Maybe she's helped him. I'm not saying that. Maybe she's an evil, manipulative witch who's dragged him off to Canada or whatever, but let's consider, maybe she's gone, is that how you felt? You really hate being part of this? Well, come on. I'll help you leave. I don't know. Just saying.
Tony, I appreciate your thoughts.
I think it's an interesting view, yeah.
What do you reckon they watch on Netflix? Documentaries or, like, American comedies?
Do they watch Netflix?
Oh, come on. They're a modern young couple. They watch Netflix.
Do they watch Pornhub?
Who knows, Tony? Who knows? I don't know what that website was he just mentioned, but Kath is nodding appreciatively. Here's the thing. I bet they watch Netflix, but I bet they get all the foreign Netfly as well. Because you get different programs on different countries. And there used to be a way of hacking it so you could get the foreign ones. And I made the mistake of on Twitter going, guys, what? Tell me what I should watch. Remember, I can watch any Netflix from any country I want. An hour later, I was unable to do that. They'd obviously tracked me down and deactivated my little Netflix cheat.
Don't mess with the Netflix.
Don't mess with the flicks.
The flicks.
The flicks. All right, Paul, if you phoned up to tell a joke, put your phone down now.
No, I haven't phoned up to tell a joke.
Right.
Good.
I thought you banned me, but thank you for allowing me on air. Is it too late to say Happy New Year to you? It's too late to say that, isn't it?
Yes, it certainly is. And it's too late to ask whether you're allowed to say Happy New Year.
Okay. Well, do you know what I think Prince Harry and Meghan watch on Netflix?
Are you doing a joke?
No, I think they probably watch Game of Thrones.
You did a joke.
Now, I have to say this. Why I feel no anger towards Prince Harry or Meghan to want an independent, private life at all. I think they should be allowed to live on the island of Iron Apple and Prince Harry get a job as a night shift working.
Okay, Paul, thank you very much for your time. I really don't appreciate that. This is the Late Night Alternative. Weeknights, what a waste of our lives. Late nights from 10 o'clock every weeknight with Iain and Kath on Talk Radio.
Whispering lunar incantations for cross-parents, cross-dressers.
Yeah. Did you know this about me?
And cross-rail workers.
Steel and polycarbonate.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee.
I've got a very poor internet connection.
On Talk Radio.
What a show it's been tonight. We're only an hour and a quarter in. Catherine Boyle, I have not heard enough of your cutting, northern, irritating tones.
Wow, okay.
Please.
Is there a compliment in there?
Share
somewhere
your latest news story with mineself and thine listener.
Well, do you remember when we spoke to our space correspondent about interaction between aliens?
Joe Lavens.
Yeah, do you want to go there, or should we wait till after midnight?
Let's go there. I'm up for that.
Erasure pop legend Andy Bell turned down sex with alien because he's
baby!
gay.
Is that him?
No, that's Jimmy Somerville.
Oh, the other gay singer from the 80s. There are only two. Hang on. Oh, Erasure was... Don't tell me. Right, they did the ABBA thing, but I don't want to sing the ABBA ones. They did...
Blue Savannah.
It's almost like I told you not to tell me, but then you did.
It's almost as if you don't get to tell me what to do. How do you feel about that?
Chew on my apples.
I beg your pardon. Pop legend Andy Bell.
I like Erasure. Good band.
Has revealed how he once had to turn down sex with a randy alien. The Erasure singer claims he was paid a special visit by...
What?
hang on a minute.
What's this?
I'm starting to doubt the veracity of this claim.
Go on.
He was paid a special visit by 1,000 spaceships and flying angels one night. But he turned down the extraterrestrials who turned up at his home in Limehouse, East London, because he's gay. Andy, 55, revealed, one of the angels asked whether I'd like to experience what it would be like to make love to an alien, but I just thought, nah. I just thought, I'm not quite ready for it yet, because they're all sexualities all together, all mixed up, and they've got, like, one tentacle. And the thing that stopped me from doing it is because I say that I'm gay.
How many tentacles would he need to have said yes?
I say that I'm gay and their sexual experience is neither gay nor straight, female nor male. It's all mixed up together. I didn't want to go with a woman. That's just how I am. Andy, whose hits include...
Blue Savannah.
A Little Respect.
Oh, baby!
Not the same fella.
My heart is full of love and desire.
Described the March visit as a really wonderful thing. And
it happened, when did it happen?
March.
Last year?
Yeah. 1,000 spaceships and no one noticed apart from Andy Bell of Erasure.
No, I'm not having that because sometimes it can be interdimensional.
Oh, yeah. Or tiny. Maybe they're tiny spaceships.
Yeah, maybe they are. You don't know. Stop being so... This is what I don't like about you. So smug and arrogant and demeaning just because someone has had a different experience to you.
Or just because of science and that.
Yeah, that as well.
And he says he communicates with Martians through a clicking in your head, like talking. He claims he's seen UFOs, like hairy drones over London before. Hairy drones, man. He's having us on. You know what
sometimes, you know I don't believe you when I say that you won't hear me.
That's not the same song.
Sometimes.
That's two different songs you spliced.
You know I don't believe you when I hear that you won't see me. Took you where you are, and better than the car.
What?
You better take it back or we will both be sorry. Ooh, sometimes. You know I don't believe me when I hear that you're not with me now.
I can't work out whether that was Cassette Boy or like what happens in old people's homes sometimes when they just get a little bit mixed up.
Carry on with the story, please.
That's the end of the story.
Okay.
But thanks very much for giving me a musical outro.
Give me another one of their songs, I'll do it for you now. Wish I had my guitar with me. I'm really itching. I've been playing some guitar today and I was really good, actually.
Were you? What were you playing?
I was playing it on my Twitch stream and then someone suggested you should get a campfire behind you. So I did. I had a video of a campfire and me playing guitar. It was flipping brilliant.
Oh, my God.
I played loads of stuff. I played Saying I Love You, Not the Word. Played that.
Yeah.
And a few other songs that sounded quite like that.
Gosh.
Let's go to Mick. Good evening, Nicholas.
Good evening. I was just thinking about Meghan. I mean, it's my first day off the drink and I can't sleep. So first time I tuned into you.
There we go.
It's a great show. But anyway, about Meghan and Harry.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what people want. Before they were saying that she was like a sponger, taking money off the royal family and wanted to do her own thing. I mean, the media backlash against her was pretty heavy, like really heavy. Imagine what
it's horrendous.
Must be to go through that.
And also,
now she said, "I want to make my own money," and they're calling her a traitor.
A traitor.
But also, I don't know, Mick. I don't know if you're in a relationship or not, but if I had to read the crap that Harry read about his wife. His girlfriend and his fiancée every single day, and you couldn't say anything. You can't fight back. God, that must be awful.
You've got to remember, and I won't say anything, but imagine all the stuff Harry reads about himself on Twitter and all the rest of it, all the trolls he must get, and all that, which he obviously won't say, but there's all that aspect to it. And I think basically, I mean, none of us have experienced this. None of us have been famous, but it must be absolutely, it must be horrendous.
It is
horrendous pressure. And the abuse. I mean, don't get me wrong. My view on it is if you want to be royal and you're taking the money, you've got to do that. You've got to sort of kowtow to that system and all the bureaucracy and all the rest of it. But they said, look, I don't really want the money. I'll make my own dough. I want a private life. And I think it's a courageous decision.
I think it is courageous. Is exactly the right word, man, that no one said. It's courageous.
I think it is. And, at the end of the day, I mean, who knows what they were going through. They've just had a child. I think Meghan perhaps was slightly naive. I think that Harry and Meghan and the royals probably realised it would come to this, but perhaps not quite as quickly.
Mick, can I ask you, say it's your first day off the booze?
Yeah.
Well, why, if you don't mind me asking, why are you doing it?
Because I'm an alcoholic. And I need to stop drinking or my life will just fall apart.
I don't know if you listen. Were you listening to the show at 10 o'clock?
No.
Well, this seems to be... I'm an alcoholic as well.
Yeah.
I'm a drug addict and I'm an alcoholic, and we had a guy, Euan, who phoned up...
No shame there, mate.
No shame at all. No, not at all. And we had a guy at the top of the show, Euan, who was struggling with the booze and is drinking a bottle of wine, a box of wine a day. And then we had Alistair on, who got his 8 months clean chip today. How are you doing it? Are you doing it on your own?
Well, basically, I just taper off. So yesterday I managed to get down to about, 8-9 units of whiskey. And today, the first day you just can't sleep. But I'm working and
all right.
It's staying off it is a hard part because with alcoholism it's a way of life. Your whole life revolves around it. When you stop, you've just got this big, massive, gaping hole in your life with nothing to do.
Listen, me and Kath are on 10 o'clock till 1 o'clock every weeknight. Yeah. And I know that sort of like 11:30, 12, 12:30 can be a really tricky time. Yeah. So anytime you want to give us a call, Mick, you'd be very, very welcome.
And, to all the people out there, because there are millions of us struggling with these types of issues, basically, hang in there and God bless you. And I think, whatever God you choose to believe in or none, I think there is some strength in in that aspect of it if you choose to believe in that.
Mick, nice to talk to you, mate. I wish you the very best of luck, and we'll speak soon.
Yeah, thanks ever so much, mate. And it's good we bring these things out in the open.
Thank you, mate. There you go. Courageous. Mick being very courageous, although he probably wouldn't see it himself necessarily, but that's what he is. That's what these two are doing. 0344 499 1000. I've just read some funny tweets that I can't read on the air.
All right.
I can't read.
When's the next break? Because I need to...
We got 4 minutes. Oh. It's worth it. It's worth it. The Talk Radio have tweeted... let me just read the tweet that I read to Catherine. This is from the Talk Radio. At Talk Radio, guys, if you want to be part of the fun. Go there. Go to @Talk Radio and be part of,
the fun.
Be part of something big that is happening. Where is it? Hang on a second. It is worth it. So, here we go. It's just here. Eamon Holmes has no sympathy. This is what Talk Radio tweeted 6 hours ago. Eamon Holmes has no sympathy for Meghan Markle. I won't do the voice. I won't. I just find her incredibly irritating. I've never met her, but I look at her and I think, I don't think I'd like you in real life. Awful, woke, weak, manipulative, spoilt. And I'm just reading some of the reply. In fact, we're going to take a break now. I'm just reading some of the replies to that. And they're the opposite, Catherine, of what we get.
Oh.
Do follow that thread. Click on that on the Talk Radio Freedom, and it's quite interesting. This is Talk Radio.
It's electric, it's eclectic, it's always rule-free. It's the late-night alternative with that man, Iain Lee.
On Talk Radio.
Oh, it's made me chuckle. Ooh, sometimes, I don't believe it when I hear that you won't see me. Ooh, sometimes, I don't believe you when I hear that you won't see me. Took you where you far. You better take my heart. You better take it back, or we will both be sorry,
love you, baby.
And if it's quite alright,
I need you.
You went off into a different song then. You ruined that.
Wow, fancy doing that. What a silly thing.
In response to who's ever asked their nan if they could do anything, David Turner says, to be fair, I once asked my nan if I could get a Kit Kat out of her fridge. It was a lovely one.
Oh, my grandma's, it was clubs. Orange clubs.
Good evening, Joe.
Hello, Ian. Hello, Kath.
Hello, Joe.
Hi. I'm just calling in with a response to your question about Harry and Meghan and why people are getting so angry.
Yeah.
I've got a bit of a theory. To me, I think it's all about personal freedom, and I think Harry and Meghan have expressed a personal freedom. They're expressing their freedom, and I think it's touching a nerve with a lot of people. I think a lot of people are living their lives without a lot of internal freedom or a lot of external freedom, and I think when people see other people expressing a freedom and showing courage like this, I think it touches a nerve, and I think it upsets them,
Jealousy.
maybe subconsciously.
You're saying it's jealousy?
And, a kind of a jealousy. Sometimes I don't. Yeah, I think it's a bit of a mirror, maybe, to their own lives, and they realise that maybe they're not so free. And I think when you see someone doing something that's really deep down you want to do in your life, and someone else is doing it, I think it touches a nerve, and people can respond in all sorts of ways. And sometimes they get angry because it's not happening in their life.
Yeah, they're threatened by the idea that someone might break free from something they feel they can't.
Yeah, and I've experienced it when I've left jobs that I've been unhappy in, and half of my colleagues have patted me on the back and said, "Well done, I've quit my job and I've gone off travelling." Half the people are really happy for me and wish me good luck, but then I get a lot of mixed negative reactions as well, and people say why I shouldn't do it and that it's a bad idea and you're being selfish and you're thinking of yourself. But it's always been an expression of my freedom and what I wanted to do to be happy in my life when I've been struggling.
So hang on, have you quit jobs to go travelling?
I'm afraid I have. Yeah.
See, I myself am deeply, deeply envious of that. What kind of job were you doing, and why did you? How, why, when, and where?
Oh, I've done it a few times now, because the first time's the hardest, but then it gets easier because you see the rewards. I was a teacher for a long time, and so after a couple of times within a 17, 18-year period, things got a bit too much for me, and I could tell I was not a happy person, and I was stressed and struggling.
Yeah.
And I just knew deep down I had to do something about it, because I felt my life wasn't my own, and I needed to gain some control back, and I needed some freedom. So I sort of took the plunge, and I went travelling in my van, and it's the best thing I've ever done, to be honest.
And how long were you out?
Oh, God, let me think. The first time was quite a while back. The first time I left a full-time job in teaching was in 2001.
Yeah.
And I just bought my camper van, and I went to live in my camper van, and I sort of worked it out from there. I separated from my girlfriend, and I just packed my bags, really, and headed off and to see what would happen. And it was quite scary, and I was nervous, and I didn't know if I was doing the right thing, but it turned out well. And it also enabled me to get better and go back into work again and be fully functioning and healthy again.
That's what I was going to say. I wish some of my teachers had done something rather than being miserable and resentful. You know, because you can tell the teachers who are going through the motions and who hate it and don't particularly get a kick out of it anymore, and they don't do themselves or the kids any favours.
No, and this is it. And fundamentally now, I think healthy people are people that are expressing themselves authentically and they're expressing their freedom in some way, however that may be, whether it's, leaving a job or leaving a unhealthy relationship or just doing something that they really want to do, whether it's creative or academic. I think people, we have a fundamental human need to express ourselves authentically. And sometimes we try to get there by doing things unhealthily, whether it's, habits or whatever, behaviours.
It's not the British way to do things, though, is it? The British way to do things is to suck it up and remember your duty.
I'm going to be honest, Joe. I bet there can't be anybody listening to this that isn't feeling a slight pang of jealousy.
Yeah, that we didn't do
listening to what you're saying.
Well, I don't think they need to feel jealous. I think if people, and I think this is why these people are getting angry, because maybe in their life, internally, they're not feeling free, and externally, their life is restricting them or controlling them in some way. Again, but they can't get in touch with that part of themselves that can do something about it.
I tell you what's funny, because we're asking, can someone give us one good reason why people are so angry about Harry and Meghan? And you are not angry, but you are putting forward a theory as to why some people are. And we have had no one angry phone in, but I can say we have had quite a few angry people texting and tweeting. We've just had one here that ends 499. If that's you, call in, right? It seems that the angry people, when there is no righteous reason to be angry. If you look at it logically and calmly and from a cold position, there is no real reason to be angry. But the angry people who are coming from a place of unrighteous anger can only seem to communicate through texts or tweets, or if they are phoning up to speak to someone that will fuel their anger more and will agree with them. So do give us a call. 0344 499 1000. I will let you speak. I just want to talk to you. 499, I think. Yeah, 6499. Give us a call, man. Go on, Jeff. Joe, sorry, you had something else to say.
Well, not a lot, but I think, to me personally, I think what Harry and Meghan are doing is right for them, and I wouldn't be surprised if one or both of them, I mean, we know they're struggling and they're probably suffering, but I wouldn't be surprised if one or both of them is struggling a lot more than we realise. And, this has maybe got to crisis point where they're trying to do their, the equivalent of travelling off in their camper van. They're doing something that is getting in touch with their expression of freedom. Yeah. They need volition. They need to take control in some way of their lives and to improve it, to be healthier, to be happier. And I wish them the best. I understand people are irritated by the kind of money side of things, but that's a practical thing that can be sorted.
Joe, I really appreciate that. You've given us a lot to think about. Thank you. Helen on Twitter says, I'm just disappointed. So many different feelings about this, and okay. She says, over 2 tweets, I'm disappointed and sad. We invest a lot of our hearts into the monarchy, and it has over recent years been a source of much happiness for many of us. It's the manner in which it's been done, just like the manner of the, quotes, don't expect any pictures of the baby message we got. Kate and William have been clever. Give us enough to keep interest and remain pretty private without shoving the privacy message in everyone's faces. Well, first of all, the royal family, the monarchy will, if they bring you happiness, and I don't know why they do, I don't get it, but I understand that some people get happiness from that. You'll still get happiness from the monarchy. You still got the Queen, still got Prince Philip, we still got Charles, we still got Kate and Will. You still got the, I don't know how far the monarchy stretches in your definition, Helen. I don't know if Beatrice and Eugenie bring you pleasure or not. I don't know if the one that got done for speeding today I don't know how far it does. You'll still get pleasure from the monarchy.
I think that's interesting. There's an element as well, I think, of we've seen these boys grow up. Some people feel like they're an extension of their own family. It's like a really long-running soap opera. Sometimes people feel like they know the characters. But that is an emotional response, and you have to recognise the fact that there are real people on the end of it, and people that don't know you and can't be expected to take your feelings into consideration when they're talking about the survival of their family.
And also, the don't expect any pictures of the baby. Why should they show you pictures of the baby? Why? Because we pay for them with our taxes? OK, well, I worked at the BBC. You paid for my wages at the BBC. Would you expect... It's slightly different, but there's still a thing there. Would you expect to see pictures of my kids because I work at the BBC? I noticed, Helen, that your Twitter avatar is pictures of what I imagine are your kids. That's great that you choose to do that. But why should any parent share images or private information about their kids? And if you say, well, it's because we pay their wages and because, well, that is possibly, I'm saying probably, I don't know, that is possibly one of the reasons they are deciding to walk away from that institution. The obligation that people feel they deserve pictures of their kids.
Yeah, first of all, I find it really weird. I remember maybe last year before, the Daily Mail did a calendar of Prince George pictures, which I find really creepy. Why on earth would you want somebody else's kid, a kid you don't know in your kitchen? I find it a little bit weird, to be honest. Obviously, some people get a kick out of it. But we've got to remember that William and Harry, I remember when their mother died, people talking to them when they were looking at flowers as if they knew their mother. Oh, she'd be so proud of me, all this sort of stuff. He clearly doesn't want that for his kid.
How old was Prince Harry when she died?
He was little. What was
9?
He? 9? Let me check.
Saw footage of him today laying flowers as a kid at that obscene, and I call it obscene, sea of flowers that were left outside, which palace is it? St James's, Kensington. And they made him... As a 9-year-old, the same age as my eldest son.
He was 12.
12, OK.
He was little, though, wasn't he?
Little, yeah. OK. A couple of years older than my eldest, they made him put on a suit and go and take a bouquet of flowers and put it in that obscene... It was obscene, that sea of flowers, and put it there and be filmed. Listen, if that was the only thing that had happened to him, you could totally excuse him being screwed up and wanting privacy, being screwed up, and a separate thing of wanting privacy. That's outrageous.
But he was also having to face a sea of people who were crying over his mother and who wanted somehow to reach out to him to sort of process their own grief. Again, huge responsibility and not fair to put on a kid. Any kid.
Reach out and touch me, ooh, Savannah Storm. Is that it?
I hope that's it.
Is that the song?
Anyway, so I get it. Human beings as public property, that makes me feel very uncomfortable.
Reach out and touch me, ooh, l'amour. What's a boy in love supposed to do? Reach out and touch me, oh, l'amour. What's a boy in love supposed to do? Reach out and touch me. This is Talk Radio.
After hours amusement for anarchists, air hostesses, and jet-lagged Antipodeans.
G'day, coppers. Can I crash on your floor? The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
0344 499 1000. Phil!
Hello, mate. How are you?
I'm very, very well, Phil. What have you got for us?
Well, first of all, I want to say that off you. Harry is my favourite royal of all time. He's the best.
When he leaves royalty and just becomes Joe Blow from Kokomo, who will be your favourite royal then? That's the question.
William. I don't like Charles that much. I am a royalist. I love the Queen. I love William, but I like Harry more. You said about your sister. If she emigrated, she'd ask you. Unfortunately, we're not royal.
No. No. Fortunately, we're not royal.
Yeah, well, we're not royal. We're not privileged in that sense. So there's a protocol that he should have gone through.
Why?
I admire him. What those two are doing.
Why should he have gone? Why should he have followed? Why should he have followed? Hello. Why should he have followed some protocol?
It's protocol.
So why should he have followed it?
It's not like Joe Blogs. It's not like you and I.
Okay, but why? You've not told me why he should have told his brother. Just saying protocol is not good enough.
It's the Queen.
Why?
He's under obligation.
No, he's not. Well, obviously, he's not under an obligation to.
It's what I've been seeing all the way through the news reports. It's a protocol to go through.
Right, and he chose to ignore that protocol.
Say again?
He chose to ignore that protocol. More power to his elbow.
That's what some people don't understand. I admire them. I love them. I want them to go and live their own lives.
Why do you love them? You sound like
and his honesty and his love for his wife and everything.
Yeah.
I don't agree with obviously what they said about Meghan. Because you probably put the princess, what's her name, Grace Kelly, who married into the royal family and cheated on Grace Kelly. And Meghan's doing exactly the same. We don't know what's going on internally, but they want to take their own path. We should let them take their own path.
We are,
but people are disagreeing. I just want them to be happy.
Right.
He knew when he was.
And would you want to know what happens to them once they retire?
Of course we don't. We don't know, do we?
No, but would you want to know what happens to them when they, in inverted commas, retire?
Not really. No. Not really. No.
Why do you like the royal family so much? Because you sound sensible.
Well, I try to be. I love them to bits, but they should follow their own path.
What do you mean you love them to bits? Because to me, right, I'm not having a pop, Phil, but to me, that sounds crazy.
In what sense? I don't understand.
That you love a privileged, multi-millionaire family that you have never met and they could not care less about you. You love them.
Yes, I do. I'm a monarchist.
But you're not. Does that not? Because that sentence to me, right? That sentence to me sounds insane. To love a privileged bunch of multi-millionaires who have no idea who you are or what it's like to live like you do and do not care about you. You will never meet them, and you love them.
Yes.
Huh? Really?
Yes, I do.
Why? Why?
Because I do. I like
not good enough answer.
I feel that they're part of my family.
They're not. They're not. They're better than you.
No, they're not better than me. They're privileged. Yes.
Whoa. So you wouldn't bow? You wouldn't bow if you met the Queen?
Oh yes, I would.
Well, so you're saying she's better than you?
Well, I suppose I'll get you a meaning for that. I will concede that.
So fact. You're saying that? So even though they're better than you. You think you'd like to think that they're part of your family? They wouldn't sleep in your house.
Of course they wouldn't. I wouldn't expect them to.
This is brilliant. This is actually brilliant.
Going back to Harry, he knew from a very young age he was not in line for the throne, but slightly further down. And he knew from his brother that if he had children, he'd be further down. So he's taken that responsibility on himself and said, look, obviously, I'm never going to be in line.
Right.
So I want to take my own path, and I admire him for that, and Meghan. I think they're brilliant couple.
All right.
But please don't let people shoot them down, because it's not right.
God, no, we don't want that. No. All right, Phil. Listen, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I find that fascinating. Younger me would have gone in there, and it was not my place to. But a guy sounds like a nice guy. Looks up at this fantasy multi-millionaires, some of whom, you talk about Prince Andrew, have got at the best, they've got very shady pasts, certainly in the connections with the people that they've kept. We know that Prince Charles is great friend with the Saudi royal family, who have got some, multi-millionaires. Wouldn't spend a night in his house if he bumped into them and said, "Oh, do you want to?" Wouldn't spend a night in his house. Don't know anything about him. They are better than him. He's admitted that by saying he would bow to the Queen, and he loves them.
You cried when a monkey died.
I did cry when a monkey died. Yeah.
You're a fan of the Beach Boys. How is it different?
Oh, come on. Good Vibrations is just one of the greatest. God only knows.
He's a fan, is what he is. He's a fan. It's that.
I don't think I'm better than the Beach... I don't think the Beach Boys are better than me. I don't think Davy Jones is a better person than me. I would be respectful to him. I wouldn't bow.
You'd be sad if you never saw the remaining monkeys again and they were about.
I probably won't see him again. They're doing one last tour in the States. No, I get the point that you're saying.
It's kind of fandom, isn't it?
Is it?
I think it is.
Isn't there?
I think it is. That would explain people having...
Fandom based not on talent, not on artistic integrity, not on athletic skills, but based on who they passed out of when they were born.
Yeah, it's a family thing, isn't it? It's an ideal.
Okay. 0344 499 1000. Thank you for your help in Clara.
And maybe we know too much about them now for them to be that ideal. Maybe that's why we're having troubles.
0344 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. Catherine Boyle, what have you brought to the party?
All right, have this.
Have it.
Oh, this is actually really good. A 7-year-old preschool Picasso has been compared to Jackson Pollock because his abstract paintings sell more than £10,000, right?
Yeah.
And whenever I read these, I think, I bet it's rubbish. His paintings are actually really good.
Oh.
Mikhail Akar from Cologne, Germany, started painting after he got a canvas and some handprint paint for his 4th birthday, alongside action figures and cars. And the child prodigy hasn't looked back, with his most recent work made in collaboration with Germany and Bayern Munich football star Manuel Neuer for charity is sold for €11,000. It's got a football coming out of it.
What is it? A cake?
No, a painting.
Oh, so
there he is in front of one of his paintings. I mean, yeah, it's that kind of flicky tooth.
Young lad,
He's beautiful, isn't he?
Young boy.
There's the one with the half a football coming out of it.
Okay, all right. So it's it's like the slappy painting where you flick paint on it.
The Jackson Pollock flicky.
Well, don't be rude about it, Catherine. I think it's actually very good.
Flicky toothbrush type.
Yeah. You should have said it's Pollock's, and I'd have got. Do it again.
It's Pollock's.
Oh, come on, Kath. He's only little. He's doing the best he can.
The first picture looked fantastic, and I thought at first that my wife had painted it, says his father, Kerem Akbar, 38, told Agence France Press.
Kerem Akbar's 38. Let me add that to my list of people's
just in
ages.
case you were wondering.
Kerem Akbar, I can fill him in now. He's 38.
I thought maybe it was just coincidence, but by the second and third pictures, it was clear he had talent. The boy tells AFP that his idols include Pollock.
Come on, don't be so hard. He shouldn't be using language like that at his age. There we go.
Michael Jackson and Jean-Michel Basquiat.
Okay.
His techniques included punching paint with his father's boxing gloves. At a presentation of Akar's new work at a private gallery in Berlin last month, one visitor said she was speechless. Well, then she's not speechless, is she? Upon discovering that the artist was a child just starting primary school. The balance and the harmony of the composition, I wouldn't expect that from a child, Irina Dehnik, a photographer from Berlin. Photographer from Berlin.
I was first.
You know when you've got a tricky name and you get through it and then you think, I got through it, and then you forget the word in your own language. Photographer from Berlin told AFP, as long as he has someone supporting him and not exploiting him, then he has a great future ahead of him, Diana Achtzig, director of the Achtzig Gallery from Contemporary Art in Berlin, said. Akar told AFP that when he grows up, he doesn't want to pursue a career in art, and instead he wants to be a footballer, which seems like a really healthy approach. When I'm older, I want to be a football player, he said, launching into an excited account of a recent 8-0 victory with the school team. Painting is quite tiring for me. Sometimes it can take a long time, especially with boxing gloves, he said. His father insists that he and his wife are careful not to push their son too hard and to protect him from the trappings of fame. If it gets too much for him, we will intervene. We turn down a lot of requests, said the elder Akar. He only paints when he wants to. Sometimes that's once a week, sometimes once a month. Yet Akar Sr. also admits his life has changed dramatically since discovering his son's talent, and that he and his wife now live for art. A former salesman and recruitment agent, the 38-year-old has since switched to managing Mikhail first full-time.
I believe that since my life began, the most I've had is just a talent to amuse. Hey ho, if love were all sunshine, you know I don't believe it when I hear that you won't leave me. Ooh, sunshine.
Nurse, the screams.
Here's what I'd like to find. When I was 8,
Yeah.
so we're talking 1981.
Oh.
I was interviewed by my local paper for being a child prodigy.
A protege.
A prodigy. I'm a prodigy.
What were you?
I was a child prodigy.
Of what?
The cello.
Were you? In what way?
I was having lessons. And not many people on the Brickwell estate were having lessons. And the Slough Observer came round and did a story on me.
See the strange boy with the cello.
And they took pictures. I was terrible, that's the thing. And they came around and they took pictures of me. And it was in the papers. And that's the... You know, I was in the paper a couple of times. Anyway, there's a nice picture of me in my living room playing the cello. But I said I wasn't playing it, I was just holding it. And money. And then there was a story about me. They did a story about me. It's like talented kids.
Hang on a minute.
That's not the reaction I was expecting from my best mate.
Go on.
Gosh. Golly gosh, Catherine.
Oh, dear.
What's a woman? And I would like to get that.
Yeah.
How would I get that?
An article. But you'd have to go, I suppose, the old-fashioned way, from 1980
Microfiche.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that. Can I not just email?
But it won't be on their... I would imagine it wouldn't be on their system, would it?
Can I just email the Slough Observer?
We'll try.
You're so supportive.
I'm just telling you what's realistic versus what's a long shot.
I'll tell you what's realistic. That. And this is a long shot. Good evening, Ian.
Hey, how's it going? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Are you Ian that talks to me on Twitter?
I think I've messaged you a couple of... Well, not messaged you. I don't use Twitter very much.
Oh, in that case, it's not you.
Different
You
Ian.
don't have a beard, do you?
Yeah.
You do have a beard?
That doesn't...
Well, sort of goatee thing.
That doesn't narrow things down.
It's not really a proper beard. It's more sort of... can't be bothered to shave.
When was the last time you tweeted me?
I can't remember.
Then it's not you. It's not you. It's not you. It's not you. Then we move on apace. Ian, what can we do for you?
I don't know. I've forgotten now.
Oh, God, no! Quick, bring it back! Rewind. Rewind your mind.
Yeah. Well, me and, I spoke to Tina for my wife. We were just talking...
Oh, it's the pervert.
Oh,
it's the dirty couple, the swingers. It's the swingers, Tina and
In your
Ian.
head, we are.
Yeah.
I'm sure we are.
In your head, yeah. Go on, sorry, go on.
No, I don't get this anger at the moment. But then I don't get this anger about sort of the whole Brexit thing either as well. It seems people want to be really angry at the moment, but only online. They don't seem to want to be angry in real life. But
I didn't get the anger around Brexit. I was not really that bothered. I was erring one way more than the other, but I wasn't that bothered. But yes, you're right. There does seem to be a lot of anger. Catherine
I've got
Boyle.
a theory.
Here we go.
It's people who feel powerless in their own lives, and somehow there is kind of strength in numbers of being furious about something that a lot of other people are furious about.
Identifying with other people's fury and kind of latching onto it.
And then you feel like you're part of a movement.
Yeah, again, I think Catherine's hit it on the head properly. You're right.
You'll know it in a minute. Well, that's the end of that phone call then.
That's that sorted. You're welcome, everyone.
We've solved that quandary, Ian. You shouldn't agree with her so much. Argue with her. Here's the truth. I agree with nearly everything Catherine says. But if I just went, oh, yeah, you're right, the show would be 5 minutes long. I have to stretch these things out.
Yeah, I guess there's just something missing in people's lives.
But then could you understand, and I don't want to belittle the guy, because he seemed like a nice guy, but the last caller who was in love with the royal family...
Listen, I can't talk. It took me about 3... You know when Bowie passed away?
Yeah.
It took me about 3 months to watch that Lazarus without falling apart.
I know what you mean. I'm glad Catherine brought that up. I do think there is a difference. I can't quite verbalise what the difference is yet.
Oh, there's a patriotic thing attached to it as well.
There is a difference.
Listen, I'm not too... the royal family, it doesn't mean that much to me. But... occasionally you sort of, I don't know, when you see the flags waving and, like a sporting event, like the Olympics.
Yeah? You feel it.
And you do feel a certain pride. And I think you're hardwired into that.
Yeah.
Since you're a kid.
No.
And, when Prince Harry, I think I saw him playing. I didn't see him. I saw it on TV. I saw him doing wheelchair basketball with some soldiers. Yeah, and you felt kind of good and proud of him. I suppose the good thing about the royal family is, when they handed out medals to people who deserve them, who's going to hand those out? Bobby Davro.
Now, Ian, you say that. If I had a choice of getting an MBE from Bobby Davro or Prince Edward's, Davro every single time. Ian, thank you very much. I've got to go because we're late for the news. 0344 499 1000. This is Talk Radio.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
I tried to discover a little something to make me sweeter. Oh, baby, refrain from breaking my heart. I'm so in love with you. I'll be forever blue. That you give me no reason why you're making me work so hard. That you give me no, that you give me no, that you give me no, that you give me no. So I hear you calling. Oh baby, please give a little respect to open your arms out to me. We can make love, not war, and live at peace with your heart. I'm so in love with you. I'll be forever blue. That you give me no reason could drive a mate to forsake his love now. Want to tell me now, don't you tell me now, don't you tell me now, don't you tell me now. So I hear you calling. Oh baby, please give a little respect to 'Cause you give me no reason. Could drive a man to forsake his lover. Don't you tell me no, don't you tell me no, don't you tell me no, don't you tell me no. So I hear you calling. Oh baby, please give a little respect to me.
03444991000. That's an excellent cover of that's Andy Bell now. That's his voice now. That's what cigarettes will do to you guys. I'm joking. That was Junior Rodriguez. 03444991000 is the telephone number. It's the last hour of the show. Don't forget, podcasts are plenty. We do a best of. Kath does a best of podcast every day. For this show, you can get it by 1.64. I don't know if I meant to say this. 1.65 million downloads of the podcast last year. 1.65 million podcasts. I don't know if that's classified informaziano or not, but I'm saying it's out there now.
Only 1 million of that was me checking whether it was working or not.
1.65 million downloads of this show podcast last year. Thank you, man. Now, imagine if we only got 50 pence in total. No, 50 pence for every podcast. That's still £1 million. So what I'm saying is, could you all send me 50 pences, please? One, I can't believe that when I asked for the figures. A, that we got them, and B, that it was 1.65, something like 1.647 million downloads. So thank you. So keep downloading this. Go to iTunes, Acast, your usual podcast provider. We also do another show. It's called The Rabbit Hole. It's a pop-up radio show. We're doing The Rabbit Hole 2.0 now. For 2020, we're updating it. We're doing it twice a week, and we are taking the emphasis off of the live shows and getting a more studio vibe. You'll still hear the live shows, if they're worth hearing. We go around the country, we do a little tour. Cardiff in March at the Glee Club. Got to buy tickets, otherwise we're going to have to pull it. So buy tickets. So the Rabbit Hole is going to be twice a week, and it's going to be a little bit more studio-based and a little bit more. There'll be different ways that you guys can interact with it, and we're upping our game. Part of me thinks there are too many podcasts in the world.
There are
too many. I've been listening to a great podcast, actually, called Yesterday and Today, and it breaks... Each one is about an hour and a half long, and it will be 6 weeks in the Beatles live. It's great. It is great. And I've started at 1970. I don't care about 60s. 1970. But the only problem with it is they put too much music in. So I have now heard every single track from the first 2 Ringo Starr albums, Sentimental Journey and his country album. And I didn't need to, but I'm enjoying that. But on that, and then I was listening to the only ones I download religiously are that, Office Hours with Tim Heidecker, which I love. The Bruceploitation podcast, and How Did That Get Played, the gaming podcast. And at the beginning of each one, there'll be a, hi, my name's Steve. I've got a new podcast. And in this, I chat to men about their mental health. Or, hi, my name's Tanya, and in my new podcast, I'm going to be speaking to women about their butts. What's it like being a woman with a butt? Big butts, small butts, it's on the size of your head. There's all it's all that. Actually, it's not a bad podcast. I'd listen to that. I was just thinking that. You can have that. But you just think, oh my God, there's too much noise. There's too much. And I was really tempted to, but I couldn't quite work out how the gimmick would work. But as a gimmick, to stop doing the Rabbit Hole, to say, and make a thing of saying, there are too many podcasts, so we're going to help. We're going to make one less.
Unless we do a podcast about podcasts.
I think my ears just popped. 0344 499 1000. I tell you what, Amy, sit back, relax, because we've got your mum on the line. I'm joking, but imagine. No, we'll take calls straight to air for the end of the show. So you sit back and relax. I'm just getting a kind of... Oh, it's Friday now, look. Thursday going into Friday. Nice, relaxed one. I think I might do some streaming when I get home.
Really?
I think I might go online, do a little bit of streaming. And if it works, first time I'm in, playing a great game, Mask of the Ninja, or Mask of the Ninja.
That looks good, because when I first saw you doing that, I thought it was the updated version of Saboteur.
No, I have got Saboteur on there for the Specky, but it's not very good. I think it's the Specky version.
I know it's really basic and everything, but I spent hours playing that.
I tried to play it the other day. I will play it at some point. But it's kind of like Saboteur. You run around as a little ninja man. So I might play some of that when I go home. I just might stay up a bit and play a little bit of video games. You'll be welcome to watch, dear listener. You can listen to Daryl as well while you're doing it.
I'm going to play with my cat.
It's not a euphemism. She's actually got a cat.
It's lovely.
Big furry one.
She waits for me now. When I got home last night, she was sitting on the windowsill waiting for me on the cushion I've put on there for her so she can be comfortable. And she got down and expected us to play, because play equals treats.
All 4 cats now are starting to get on, to the point where I am very close to putting the kittens' bowls next to the grown-ups' bowls. Now, the only problem is...
Kittens will eat the grown-ups'
They're
food.
still on kitten food, and the grown-up food is a bit rich. But I think I'm close. The kitten bowls are in the living room and the grown-ups are in the kitchen. Grown-ups, teenagers. I think maybe tomorrow, actually, I might just put the bowls there and see what happens because they're all sort of getting on now, as quite well.
Apart from with the boy.
Apart from with the boy, because he's horny.
I think he's given off hormony smells.
Yeah. I mean, he's got tiny testes. The vet told me that and told him that.
Tell him exactly how he said it.
I can't remember. What did he say?
His testicles are rather small for his age.
Yeah.
Like he was talking about
outrageous.
Persons.
Outrageous behaviour. 0344 499 1000. Call straight to air. What a surprise. We couldn't get one person phone up and give us a reason why they are angry about Meghan and her husband. Lots of texts, loads of tweets, not one phone call. It's almost as if, I don't know, you know that your reason wouldn't stand up to scrutiny.
And we would just discuss it. It wouldn't be a matter of us hounding you until you backtrack. We don't expect you to change your mind.
No. But I don't. I just think, it wouldn't stand up to scrutiny.
I think it is a very emotional response. Very emotional.
Here we go. So we'll take call straight to air. What is this? From a loving robot to a smart pillow that could save marriages. Was it got a hole in it?
Oh my.
The annual Consumer Electronics Show provides technology experts with a chance to give us a glimpse into the future. Artificial intelligence and transport technology are the big trends at this year's Las Vegas exhibition. But the real highlight is the integration, but I beg your pardon, I said the word wrong, of devices into our daily lives. Since 1967, it's unveiled some of the most significant new tech, such as the video recorder, the DVD, and the 3D HD TV. The 3D TV! You idiots! They try and bring that... You watch, we're probably due 3D TV again. They try and wheel it out every 5, 6, 7 years. And every time they go, guys, look, I know the last time, and it didn't take off. But this really is it. And all those Muppets that spent like $2,000 on a 3D TV, I was laughing. And, you wasted your money. Here we take a look at what will be coming into our lives soon. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Pick a number between 1 and 14.
5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A Segway wheelchair. Segway has unveiled their self-balancing wheelchair dubbed the S-Pod. Guessing the S is for Segway.
Hope so.
With speeds of up to 24 miles per hour. Oh, no. It allows users to sit in the vehicle while it self-balances on just 2 wheels. Segway has said the S-Pod is partially based on the vehicles seen in Jurassic World. Oh, so I don't think it's for disabled people.
What?
It's perfect for enclosed campuses such as airports, theme parks and malls.
Yeah, no, it is for disabled people, surely. They just mean it's more compact.
I think it's for lazy people.
Gosh.
It's just like a rolly... It's just a rolly chair. It's just a rolly chair. Line 1, you're on the wireless.
Hello.
You're on the air.
I know. I'm very thrilled that I decided to phone on a straight-to-air night. That is exciting. I'm a long-time listener, first-time caller.
Hooray!
Had the bell out. Yes. Had it out. I was ready.
So thrilled to have the bell. Lovely. How are you?
My nose really hurts. I've got this weird sort of throaty thing, and every morning I'm waking up with my ears are full of wax, my throat is really sore, and my nose is so painful. How are you?
Oh, God. I'm well. I've just come back from a first date.
Your first date ever, or a first date with a potential new partner?
A first date with a young gentleman.
Okay. That narrows it down.
I thought I'd phone you because we had a great date and we had a kiss.
Now, hang on. I'm going to ask questions. What's your name, my friend?
Sure. My name's Jake.
Jake. Now, you had a kiss. Now, there are kisses and there are kisses. Was it a kiss or was it a kiss?
It was sort of a bit of both, actually.
Oh. Okay.
Didn't go as far as your sexy kiss there, but
it was a very okay.
It was a long kiss.
It was more than a peck.
More than a peck, but tongues weren't fully involved.
Okay.
Not fully, but there was a tingle.
Did you tongue his teeth?
Did I? Sorry?
Did you tongue his teeth? I love tonguing teeth. This is my special trick. I love tonguing teeth. I love it.
Oh.
Do you not tongue teeth?
Lovely. I must have tongued teeth before.
But not on purpose.
No.
It's not been the aim of the game.
Anyway, sorry, I'm dwelling too much on this kiss. Okay, so where did you go? Where do a couple of young guys go out on a date these days?
We went to a pub in London on Holloway Road.
Oh, the pub in London. I know it, yes. I think I've been there.
I haven't know.
It's called the Owl and Hitchhiker.
I think I do. I genuinely do know that pub, yes.
It's a good name, isn't it?
It's a great name.
But the reason I thought I'd phone is because basically during the kiss, a car drove past and shouted something homophobic.
Oh, no.
Which I found very funny.
Oh,
because I think the other option is sort of getting angry and sad. So just the idea of it is, it's so sort of ludicrous that anyone would
without using language that would offend, and you know what I mean by that, and will get me in trouble. What did they say?
Well, we couldn't make it out fully. It started with just a sort of, it was a silly sort of noise. But then, I don't know, I feel like I'm allowed to say, I don't know, I won't say it in case.
No, you say it, and if it's too much, I'll hit the dump button.
Okay, fine. Well, I think it definitely included the word batty.
Oh, God, really? Was this 1996?
Yeah, exactly, yeah. That's definitely from sort of, like, secondary school years for me. But yeah, we heard that.
I mean, not Nora Batty as well, just in case any of our older listeners, it would not be Nora Batty to which they were referring there.
No. But yeah, it was just a weird thing, because I don't think I've experienced anything like that since, I mean, in the last 10 years, I would say. So it was sort of a weird thing to hear.
That makes me sad. That makes me sad that
I know.
it's 2020. And well done you for laughing at it. But no one should have to come home from a date. When you come home from a date, either full of excitement and going, oh my God, I think this is the one, or you come home going, oh, it was awful, I don't want to see them again. That should be the way you come home from a first date, not coming home going, I think some guys called me a batty boy while I was kissing him. That shouldn't be happening in 2020. Go on, Kath, sorry, you were going to say something.
No, I was going to say it should be a nice story to tell, not oh God, you know. I also think that there will be a certain amount of stuff, right, that you as a gay man and I as a woman have filed under stuff you just deal with because it's the way things are. It shouldn't be, though, should it?
No, not at all. And I think that's how I felt when I got home, because it was very near to my house when I got home. And I sort of, I didn't come home feeling sad. I did actually come home feeling quite excited.
Yeah.
Like,
good.
And messaged him, and we've sort of already arranged another date Sunday. Right. So that's great. But yeah, I just sort of sat and thought, that's not great that happened still now. But yeah, I think the reason I laughed is because he's from Newcastle, and he'd just been telling me that since he's moved to London, he hasn't experienced any sort of...
Oh, well, no, in that case, that serves him right. He tempted fate.
He ordered it, did he?
He was a bit of universal ordering. That's his fault.
Well, exactly. That's what made me laugh the most. Just hearing that while we were kissing, I just, like, laughed. But I sort of laughed into his mouth.
Oh yeah, I've done that before.
Is that like
not into his mouth?
Is that
I don't
like
know.
Burping into someone's mouth?
No, laughing is not.
Have you ever? Hey, have either of you ever sicked up into someone's mouth when you're kissing?
No.
Okay, well then.
Neither have you.
Neither have I in that case then. Neither have I.
Sicked up. My God.
Okay, all right. No, I'm not gonna go there. So, but you're going on another. I can't speak. You are going on another date.
Yeah, I think so.
Good.
I think I messaged... I got home and messaged him saying how I was fairly close to inviting him back to mine, but I was glad I didn't.
Oh, good. Well done. Well done.
That says, I'm up for it, but I'm not, I'm not that easy. Excellent work.
Yeah.
Keep a bit of your mystery.
Well planned.
But you have organised another date for like 2 days' time.
Yeah.
You don't want to be too available.
Well, I wish you the best of luck, man. And thank you. You've made two old people here vaguely remember what those first dates are like, and it's a magic
I've never been on a date.
Oh God, here we go.
I haven't.
It's I know why. Pain in the ass. It's a magical feeling, and I'm sorry you had to endure that. That's not right. That's on behalf of decent people. I apologise. Because it was me and Kath on the way to work.
Honk, honk.
Batty boy. I'm sorry, man. Listen, I hope it works out, and thank you for calling.
No worries.
See you later.
We'll hear from you on Monday with the update.
What a nice guy. We didn't do the quarter past break, did we? We're doing it now.
Closing time conversation for tax inspectors, taxi drivers, and taxidermists. Great big talk for the wee small hours.
You've been trolling me big time, mate.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
I always take an intake of breath. It's not anyone making a mistake, that those pauses. It's just the computer system here. After midnight, it loads up all of the jingles for the rest of the day, so it slows everything down. But you never know if it's going to happen or not. So when I know that we're coming to the end of a jingle, I take in a deep breath so that I'm ready to talk. But when there's that silence, you just have to hold it.
Boom, boom, down, boom, boom.
It's the weirdest thing. I find it quite exciting, actually. We're taking calls straight to air till 1 o'clock when Daryl comes in. It's been quite a nice little show tonight, bouncing along nicely. We'll do more of these inventions in a second, but we have a call. We go to line...
Oh.
Yeah, we go to line 1. You're on the wireless.
Start again.
Hello? Okay, not a clue what was going on there.
Muffled singing is what I'm writing down.
Number between 1 and 14.
3.
A year after being banned from the Consumer Electronics Show for being against the convention's policies prohibiting immoral, obscene, indecent, profane products...
Oh, here we go.
Sex tech company Laura DiCarlo is back and showcasing some of its latest inventions. Two funny things I'm going to say.
You're going to say...
One is that what this product does, and one is the name of the person who is behind it.
Okay.
These include a gadget that blows, and here's number 1, that blows warm air on a woman's most sensitive spot.
Oh.
And here comes...
A hairdryer.
Here comes laugh number 2. Boss Laura Haddock said, "We want to reshape how people think about sex tech. We shamed pleasure for so long." So it looks like a vibrator that also blows out air.
What, in case you got a cold one? Okay.
CJ, come on, mate. You're crossing the line there. I get to see that filth. You're crossing the line there. Good evening, line 2. You're on the wireless. Oh, what game is this? It's not Saboteur, is it?
No, that guy. Ding,
All right,
ding,
hang on.
ding.
I know it. Sounds like a game on the BBC. It's not Spectrum music, I don't think.
It's not like Chucky Egg or something, is it?
That's Chucky Egg. Was it? Yeah, I think it was Chucky Egg. You're right. You're absolutely right. That death. So sing the Saboteur music.
I think it went something like... You
keep singing it. I'm going to find it.
But it was like slightly higher.
All right, here we go. Let's see if you're close. Just do it one more time. One more time.
This is a memory from like 30 years ago.
All right, that's what memories are. I hate to break it to you. Memories are from a long time ago.
I'm doing it.
It's nothing like what you were doing.
That's what I remembered.
singing?
Yeah. I love that game.
It's not very good.
You could hear, like, when he's creeping along the corridors.
I'll play it on... I tell you what, I'm going to get home at about 2:30. You can listen to Daryl as well, which is what I like to do sometimes. I have the radio on with a little earpiece or in the background.
Yeah.
So you can listen to Daryl, and I'll be playing Saboteur on my Switch.
Yes.
But it's unfathomable.
I can't actually remember where... I don't think I finished it.
No, of course not.
I did a lot of climbing in and out of holes. Running away from Dobermans.
I don't think I've ever finished a game. Ever.
Oh, I think I have once or twice when I've, like, cheated and done a walkthrough online.
Yeah, you cheated and done a walkthrough. Porch Pirate Beta. Oh, this is This isn't an invention. This is just something someone thought of. I mean, I could think of this. This isn't an invention. As thefts of doorstep deliveries rise, Canadian company Danby has launched the Parcel Guard mailbox. Packages are lowered into a secured bottom section that needs a code to open it. Don't most bottom sections? The Parcel Guard is equipped with a camera and motion sensor which will alert you via an app when someone has approached the box. It's on sale in the UK this year. But look at it. It's blooming massive. You don't want that outside.
No, it's like having a fridge outside your door.
It's awful.
Which I hear is frowned upon.
You had a fridge outside your door for ages.
No, I never.
Here we go. Charmin GoLab is showcasing a Bluetooth-enabled toilet paper delivery robot that can be controlled by an app on your smartphone.
Instead of shouting the kids.
Yeah. It's been designed to deliver toilet paper to those in need via Bluetooth commands. Okay. How is that?
That seems excessive. I just shout for a minion, and then they bring me a toilet paper.
Bananas.
Yeah, exactly.
Line 1, you're on the wireless.
Hello, Ian and Kath.
Hello, Croaky Ollie.
Hello. How are you?
I'm fine. What's happening to you?
Well, I have to be quiet because my wife is asleep.
Okay. We'll be quiet.
I like the Robocop theme from the Commodore 64.
Well, you say you like it. Can you sing it?
Do 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 do, and so on and so on.
Now, here, Catherine, Ollie has sung the music that has played.
Don't you start.
You
of all people.
You?
Don't you be telling me about accuracy in singing.
That's actually a pretty good picture as well of the Robocop on there. On the thing.
Yeah, well, loads.
Anything else?
Well, I don't know if you want to talk about it, but did you were talking about me yesterday, I think. Hello?
Yeah. Well, I don't think so.
About being mean.
No. Yeah, I was just saying that. We talked about the conversation that you and I had about meanness. Mean comedy is my default and has been for a long time, for decades, and that. I am trying to do it less, and I'm trying to stop it completely when it comes to hanging out with you online.
Yeah, I don't think I got an issue with you doing it.
No,
because I think. Oh,
I was going to say that's the impression that I had, and I kind of know what you mean. In that it's more about everyone else joining in and getting the tone wrong.
Yeah, because I like Ian being mean, because that's how I fell in love with him.
Oh, hang on. I'll back out.
By the way, we're being told that music was Frack on the BBC Micro. Thank you, Jimmy.
What's that?
Frack was great. Frack, you were a caveman and you had your weapon was a yo-yo. Great.
Oh,
I don't remember that.
But I am aware that on the Sunday night Call of Duty games that we do, that everyone piles in on you, and that is partly because they see me doing that, so everyone thinks it's acceptable that you're the whipping boy, and I sometimes I sense you getting upset about it. And sometimes I get upset about it and think, oh, man, this is a little bit... This is a little bit too full on.
Sometimes it's fun to be the butt of a joke, and sometimes
the
it's
bum joke.
not fun.
The butt of a joke. I mean, what's it? I mean,
you said sometimes it's fun to be the bum joke. Wow. Okay.
That too.
Yes.
But I have an issue where sometimes I think something's real when it's just a joke, and sometimes I take it too far in my own head.
Yes.
And I think with you and a lot of people, it's fine because you break that by affirming the bits you like about me.
Yeah.
But some people don't, and they keep going on and on and on, and that starts to go, okay, maybe there's a bit of truth in here, and maybe I am that bad, and maybe they don't like me. And I think that's where it breaks down for me. I think if you're having fun, and I make other people the butt of the joke sometimes, but then we take turns and it's fun. But then
I appreciate what you are saying. I also don't think it's healthy. It's not completely altruistic. I also don't think it's healthy for me to be reliant on that as a form of humour and communication and a way of expressing friendship, which I have been reliant on that in the past.
Yeah.
So I take on board what you're saying, but also from my point of view, I don't think it's very healthy for me.
I see that. Yeah.
How's your streaming going? Streaming is the future. Everyone's going to have their own. Frank Sidebottom said to me years ago in Manchester, he said one day everyone's going to have their own channel. Man alive, I wish he'd been alive to see Twitch and YouTube grow as much as it has done and all of that. Man, I'd love if Frank Sidebottom was still alive, I would have phoned him up and said, Chris, we're doing a podcast. I'm coming up to Manchester and I'm going to record a whole day of you and we're going to put it out as an hour-long podcast every week.
He'd have been doing it himself.
Oh God, he'd have been everywhere. Oh man, I miss him so much. But how's it going, man?
Yeah, because it is so varied, isn't it? The stuff you find on there. I'm just doing like boring game streams or whatever, but the things he would be doing, and just what people are doing, it's just so varied. Yeah. I mean, I'm a professional gamer now.
He's making dollar out of it. My favourite Frank Sidebottom thing he did was on Channel M, which was the local Manchester channel, and he phoned me up so excited that they'd agreed to do it. He said, you're not going to believe, or Chris phoned me up, you're not going to believe what they're going to let me do. And he did it. He was the test card one night, and he did it live. He was the test card, and for the first 30 minutes, it's him. I think it's on YouTube. He's just sat there with little Frank. And then it's just him going... and then after about 30 minutes, maybe less than that, it just kicks off and he starts arguing with Frank and his arm stops. I mean, it's not, I say it's funny. Some bits of it aren't even funny. It's just the art, the performance of it. Ollie, I'm going to be online in 2 hours playing Saboteur.
I might be awake.
Thank you very much, and I look forward to possibly seeing you there. Let's go to line 2. You're on the wireless.
Oh, marvellous. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You're on now.
You're on now. I'd suggest turning your radio off.
Hi there. My name's Gareth from Llangollen.
Hello, Gareth. What can we do for you?
Well, I was thinking this evening, I was listening to Spotify. I used to have Deezer, but Deezer wasn't as good as Spotify. There was more on it.
Yeah.
And I realised what the worst song of all time is. It's Great Expectations by Kiss.
That's on an album that I bought Catherine for Christmas.
Honestly, it's a shocking song, right? It's basically got Gene Simmons, you're clutching your breast, see what my mouth can do, then a children's choir's in there, my hands can do, children, and the worst thing, you watch a live tour, they have a bloody children's choir on the stage singing it with them.
I have a real soft spot for that song.
Why? It sounds like a Christmas carol.
And by the way, the Great Expectations I've not heard this song for ages. We're going to play a bit now. Aren't the Great Expectations that the woman thinks he's going to be amazing at sex? Is that,
oh my God! Of course it is.
She's got
children pipe in.
She's got great expectations. All right, Gareth, just stay there. I'm just putting you. This is the song. Let's whack this up a little bit, Amy. It's a little bit quiet for some reason. Here we go. This is on Destroyers, Kiss. Great Expectations.
This is taken from a classical piece of music that Billy Joel also used.
You sit in your seat, and then you stand and clutch your breast. Our music drives you wild, along with the rest. You watch me singing the song. You see what my mouth can do.
You see what my mouth can do.
Wish you were the one.
I was doing it too.
And you watch me playing guitar, and you feel what my fingers can do. And you wish you were the one. I was doing it too. Well, listen.
Great expectations. You've got great expectations.
I actually think this is brilliant.
This is great, isn't it?
You're dying to be seen, and you wave and call my name, Gene. But in the end it seems that I'm a million miles away. You watch me beating my drum, and you know what my hands can do to your bum. And you wish you were the one. I was doing it too. Well, listen,
you've got great expectations. Oh, I'm so sorry, Gareth. This is a great song.
It's dirty, and I was singing along on the phone.
Did you say it's dirty? It's not the dirtiest one they've done.
Oh, it's not. It's Harry Love Gun, but it's not as good as Jungle, is it?
What's Jungle? Hang on, is Jungle 80s Kiss?
No, Jungle's 1992 when they tried to offer Metallica.
Goodbye.
But it is out of order getting the kids on stage and he's talking about...
yeah, it's a great song, though.
But this is Beethoven.
It's Kiss, but...
No, but this bit is Beethoven's Sonata Pathétique.
Oh!
Second movement.
My lust is calling to you. You've got great expectations.
Oh, there's the kids.
Yeah. You've got the Kiss Destroyer. You've got that. That was my Christmas present to you. Is I bought that album. Let's go to line one before we take a break. Hello, line one. Hello.
Hello. Is that me?
That's you.
My name's Dale.
Hello, Dale. Do you know Emma?
Oh, stop it.
Okay. Just ask him.
I know Emma, Dale.
There we go. That's it.
That was the joke.
What can we do for you, Dale?
Well, I called in about a long time ago, and I said I had a line for a song, which was ridiculed, not ridiculed, but questioned, and I appreciate that.
Apologise if we ridiculed you.
No, not ridiculed. That's not the right word. I appreciate. I like it when people.
Feedback.
But anyway,
yeah.
I've got a sort of demo of it. Can I just play a snippet?
Oh, God, yes, please, Dale.
Yeah, God, technology when you've had a bottle of whiskey.
Oh.
A bottle, wow.
And I also got another snippet of the things that I hitchhiked around Europe, you know, and I ended up on a settee of this guy's house one night.
Cheeky.
And there were three of us, and we just sang. Oh. And I've actually got all. He recorded it, so hang on a sec. This is a song that I wrote. I hope you can hear it.
Even if your dreams should fall down from the sky, my love for you will never die. As long as you are standing near to me, as long as you are standing near. Even if the rain cloud has the sun above, I'm gonna pick you up with love.
I like this. This guy can write a song. He's almost as good as me.
Oh.
Did you say Jesus?
I think so.
Anyway.
Well, did you say Jesus?
Did I say Jesus?
Yeah.
When?
In the song.
No, I said looking under the lyrics are even as looking to the moon. I hear your name. That was all it is.
Okay. Okay, I enjoyed that. You've got the gift.
Oh, thank you. That's very kind.
No, thank you, Dale.
And here's the audio that I found just a couple of years later.
Just three guys hanging out on a sofa.
It was, yeah, and it was we were slightly the worse for wear.
You astound me.
Hang on a sec.
No one drove past in a car shouting homophobic abuse, did they?
Yes, God bless you. Here we go.
Okay.
He's a real nowhere man, sitting in his nowhere land, making all his nowhere plans.
We were stoned.
Oh, so were the Beatles.
Knows not where he's going to.
Hang on a minute. Why are we listening to
you and me.
stoned recordings of a man? Well, Dale, that was great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. This is Talk Radio.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
What a lot of talented, drug and booze-riddled listeners we have. I love it. Last 10, 12 minutes of the show. Calls going straight to air before Daryl comes on at 1-0344 499 1000. Hearing aid with eyes.
Is that so you can listen with your eyes? Is in that song? That always confused me as a kid.
Help for the hearing... I'm going to ignore that because actually it's offensive.
No, but that song.
Help for the hearing impaired has been unveiled with a wearable ear aid fitted with a camera.
Mm.
The Hear, as it's called, uses artificial intelligence to identify the person is speaking. Oh, this is clever. It uses... I want this. I need this for hubbub. The Hear uses artificial intelligence to identify the person who is speaking and then employs lip-reading technology to isolate the sound of their voice, making it easier for those with hearing difficulties to understand them. Yes, please. Can you type in online The Hear by Orcam, O-R-C-A-M, from Israel? How much, please? I'll take 2.
Orcam, my eye. No.
No, it's The Hear.
They've not got it yet.
What's My Eye? This sounds like the most amazing company
It's a
in the world.
life-changing device, according to Orcam.
Talk to me.
It can read text, recognise faces, identify products and more, as featured on the BBC. What does it do?
Hang on, shush. Can you hear anything?
Yeah. Talking.
What is that? Hang on, let me try something. Hang on. Just going to lower the lights in the studio. Is there anybody there?
Yeah, me.
Shut up, idiot. Is there anybody there? It's gone now.
Orcam My Eye 2 is a lightweight smart camera that attaches to virtually any glasses frame. Using AI technology, it instantly and discreetly reads printed and digital text aloud from any surface, recognises faces, product, money notes and more, all in real time. It's operated by using simple hand gestures and has more than 20 voice-activated commands. It's designed for all ages and can be used with any level of vision loss and doesn't require an internet connection.
It sounds rubbish. Let me do a couple more. Virtual car sun visor. Now, this is great. German manufacturer Bosch has announced a virtual visor that follows a driver's eyes to block out the sun without obscuring the view. So it's a visor that you can see through, but where you're looking, it makes it a little bit darker, so you don't get blinded. That, to me, I think that is genius. The makers say the visor blocks out harsh glare, so the safety and comfort of drivers are improved. It uses a transparent LCD. Transparent LCD and intuitive camera. That was stupid. Oh, here we go. This is great. This is what we need. This is what we need for kids. The spot-on virtual fence allows pet owners to fit their dogs with a GPS-enabled collar that will allow them to place a virtual boundary around their homes that, if breached, sends a mild electric shock to their pooches. It's mild.
No, I'm out.
The makers say it allows you to contain or track your dog almost anywhere around the globe via a single durable collar. So that's great. And the final one...
Alternatively, just shut the gate, man.
Well, hang on. There's two more. This is stupid. Smart nappies. Right? Because I can tell you this problem has been solved.
With smell?
Yeah. Lumi by Pampers helps exhausted new parents by taking away the guesswork and letting them know when their baby's nappy needs changing.
There's no guesswork.
What you do is you lift them up and you sniff their butt. That's how you know. Mm-hmm. That's how you know for sure. Generally, you can tell.
Yeah.
Because A, you'll smell it. If it's wee, it will look bigger. Or if you're not totally sure, does they need a nappy? Let me have a look. You pick them up from behind, you sniff their butt. We've all done that.
We've all done it.
I think it's all right for another hour. We've all done that. Yeah. And a biscuit-sized sensor with Bluetooth...
No, come on, no. Also, disposing of this stuff...
is attached outside of the nappy and informs parents when it's wet. The activity sensor can also do other things, such as tracking their children's pattern of sleep.
Oh, no.
Jesus, no.
Leave them alone.
Sniff a kid's butt is my advice.
These kids have never been more on the grid. Let them have a moment of privacy, for God's sake.
I can't believe... This is Hedy, who I think I might have blocked at some point.
Yes.
Did I block Hedy?
It's a name that certainly rings a bell and not...
I think I blocked Hedy for being not the kind of person I would like to have... in my life. In my life. Let's just have a little look. We can have a little search here. Click on the latest. Oh, God, yeah, I blocked it a long time ago. I can't believe how bad Iain Lee's show has become since he blocked me.
Is he still listening?
He is manic, and he keeps denigrating Kath.
No, he doesn't.
I don't care if it is part of the show. I find it unpleasant. Well, don't listen. First of all, I haven't been manic for quite a bit of this show. I've been actually very chilled, if you've been listening. When did I denigrate you tonight?
No.
Hedy.
I don't need your protection, Hedy.
Hedy, got it.
And I don't really think that you believe that. I think it's just a way to have a dig.
Oh, I blocked this guy ages ago. This guy absolutely ages ago. Oh, my God. Oh, look at his tweets. Oh, God. Oh, his tweets are awful. Goodbye, Hedy. I can block you, not from the Talk Radio feed, but I can block you from popping up in the studio for the next 24 hours, so I'll do that. Thank you, mate. Best of luck. And the final one, Catherine, you thicko.
Well, okay. Oh, no, where's Hedy now to protect me?
I'm
going to tell him. Oh, I was wrong.
Samsung, I blocked. I can't remember why I blocked him. Anyway, Samsung, through their Star Labs subsidiary, has officially unveiled its artificial human project, Neon. we're in.
Oh, I've seen this.
It produces realistic digital people in the home which are designed to have conversations and behave like humans. I want one. The makers say they form memories and learn new skills. Oh, I'd be teaching it a few skills, trust me. Neons can help with goal-oriented tasks or can be personalised to assist in tasks that require a human touch. Oh, yes, buddy. I want it to look like me, and I will teach it a few tricks.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I want to make love to it.
Oh, yeah.
They can act as financial advisors, healthcare providers, teachers, concierges, actors, and even lovers.
When was the last time you saw Iain? Well, just after he bought that thing.
He spent £20,000 on an artificial human, and we've just not seen him. I drove past the other day, and the bedroom curtains were drawn. It was 2:00 in the afternoon. Didn't know what was going on. I'd love it. I would love it. I would love it.
Literally.
Oh, I would. Oh, come on, Catherine. A robot sexy you?
I would not want to have it off with myself. I find that strange.
I can understand why. I can understand that. But I'm a good-looking guy.
Hetty! Help me, Hetty. You were right all along.
Kathy, what have you got?
All right, here's this one. Colorado restaurant charges customer for stupid question.
Okay, yeah. Oh, God, we're allowed to do that now, are
Apparently, but it doesn't really pay. A customer at a Colorado diner was left bemused after receiving a bill that included a charge for one stupid question. The diner was given the receipt after a meal at the well-known Tom's Diner in Denver.
Oh, isn't that the song? That's the song, isn't it?
Well, a Tom's Diner. I'm not sure it was this one.
Well, this is well known. Why would a Tom's Diner be well known if it wasn't because of Susan Vega?
Well, I don't think Susan Vega was in Colorado. Isn't she in New York? Susan Vega.
Susan Vega?
No, it's not Vega.
Vega for vegan?
No, Vega as in... what's it called?
You're thinking of Louis Vega.
Oh, for God's sake. An image uploaded to Reddit...
I'm the one that is being denigrated, Hetty. I'm the one being denigrated. Just because she's thinking of Louis Vega. Sorry, that is my fault. I'm thinking of Louis Bagels, which is a great shop if anyone's hungry.
An image uploaded to Reddit shows the bill and the item included. One side mashed potatoes, $2.99, it wrote. One chick tenders basket, $9. And then finally, one stupid question, 38 cents.
Well, that seems a little...
That seems like a very reasonable price.
That seems a little undercharging there, I would say.
The person posting the image didn't state what question they'd asked to incur the charge. Reddit users reacted to the picture with a mixture of amusement and understanding. If I got paid to listen to people's stupid questions, I'd probably be a billionaire, wrote one person.
Well, I get paid to listen to people's stupid questions, and I'm not a billionaire.
They charge you 38 cents? SH1T. If I charged for every stupid question I would be rich, said another.
Yeah, that is my job, and no.
A third person added, used to work at this spot. Tickets for the stupid question go through to the kitchen as well. A final person sounded more worried. If I were to go back, I would never ask a question, they wrote. But the receipt arguably should not have been a surprise to the customer because the restaurant lists stupid questions along with a related charge on the side section of its menu. The option appears between extra dressing, 50 cents, and veggie of the day, $2. It is, though, difficult to know how to avoid the charge. Asking waiters at the diner what qualifies as a stupid question reportedly itself identifies as a stupid question.
What's happening?
Sorry?
38 cents.
What?
I'm not talking to you.
Oh.
I'm a bit annoyed with you.
Denigrating me? What have I done now?
Bit annoyed with you.
What have I done now?
Bit annoyed.
I'm going to go so you can...
Bit of a bone to pick.
This is awkward.
It's not your fault. It's not your fault. It's mainly my fault.
What have you done? What have you done? Come on, let's sort this out. Mano a mano.
Your Meghan Markle Harry video has done considerably better than mine.
In as much as it's got lots and lots of people really, really angry, so I muted the conversation.
Yeah, that's true.
This is a trick Kath taught me, because I used to get really upset by a lot of the comments. And she went, just mute the conversation, you don't need to see any of it.
But you position yourself really well, like perfect. Because TV, you see.
Oh, right? I know when he's doing it because he'll start talking to them instead of me.
Yeah,
and I just
talk to the camera. Yeah,
I will start something and go, I think I can do a good 2 minutes, and I'll I'll look at the camera and then I'll start again.
Yeah,
and do it.
And
then
I'll check
that happen.
I check the clock and start writing an email.
I sit back and I go, Kath, there's your video.
Already sent normally.
Look straight at them if you're going to do it.
Straight at the camera.
And
there.
here's the thing. just if you're doing it and you think, oh, this could be something, just start again.
Yeah.
Just go, right, I'm doing it. Here we go.
I mean, nobody's actually listening, are they? So, you might as well just
we're out
carry
of
on.
time. So apart from your bitterness towards me, which is probably correct,
I think
actually.
it's justified, yeah.
The Daryl show will be a mystery tonight, but it's always worth listening. Stay tuned. This is Talk Radio.
This is
Talk Radio.